Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Wednesday to you. Feels a little slow. This feels like a Thursday.
Yeah.
It's okay, though, because if I thought it was Wednesday and it was Tuesday, I'd be like, but Wednesday's close enough.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
I'm getting there.
We're getting there.
In what is it? 2 hours from now, it'll be the downslope.
Yeah.
For the week.
We're basically done for the week.
Oh, my gosh.
Month's almost over.
You've nailed it.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Will. I shot a little video in Will's bathroom today. He's a client of Michael's Baths, and he volunteered to do a video. And I sense from a few things that his politics are different than mine. I'm not labeling him. I just have a feeling that he's probably more the conservative side. And he was so nice to me. Big fan of the show. Sound like Trump now. He was so nice to me. He said, "Sir, welcome to my bathroom." But we had a really nice conversation. And I just want to note,
cool,
really nice conversation about politics.
Cool.
And the state of the world and, relativism and all this kind of stuff. So shout out to Will. Good dude.
Nice.
Good dude. Also, I got invited to go to spring training today.
Awesome.
How about that?
Will invite you?
No, my boyfriend, Michael Kelly.
Yeah, I was going to say this is a Michael Kelly invitation.
This is a Michael Kelly invitation.
You can do a lot worse than Michael Kelly.
Sure could. I play my cards right. I'll be going every year.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of him while I'm down there.
No, that's extremely cool.
Glover's got tricks. Yeah, really cool. So the flights are booked, and we're heading down like the week of the 8th of March. And I asked Steve if I could not take vacation days if I called into the show, and he said, no, you have to take vacation days.
This is a good try, though.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
You don't know if you don't ask.
It's worth a shot.
Can I trade in like one segment a day for 4 hours?
Right.
I mean, I'm on site.
Yeah, weirdly, he didn't take me up on it. And he kind of laughed at me. He was sort of like, I appreciate the try, but I'm sure the guys will be fine.
He gave you the good try, buddy.
Steve is great because he always gives you that out to go like, I was just kidding.
Well, he said, he goes, I think you'll have to take vacation days unless you're actually going to work. And I was like, if you're going to get all technical about it.
Well, that seems a little unfair to me, but I guess maybe.
Fine.
Oh, man.
What else going on? Pretty day.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Nice.
Last couple of days, these are nice in the middle of the worst part of the year. I wonder if anyone loves this. I think there's anyone who's like, yes, February. Right on.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Famously, according to Kevin Killeen, nobody likes February.
That's right.
February and March are always my two least favorite months of the year.
February hasn't gone viral. That video hasn't gone viral yet this year.
No. See, I always think of March as being spring.
The end of March is good. Traditionally, bad things happen to me in March. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just like a month where things don't go right for me.
Okay.
So for me, hating March is more of like a personal thing than like I hate the weather or whatever. Because by the end of March, we are pretty much in spring. Baseball season's back up. Everybody's, running around downtown having a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, what you're talking about. Baseball season's already started.
That's true.
That's all I need is just pitchers and catchers playing catch. Baseball has started. That's it.
Okay. Spring break. Not spring break.
Spring training.
Hell yeah. Now we're talking. You and Michael are going to have fun.
I forgot to say we're going to
Fort Lauderdale's not that far away, Dave.
We're going to Cozumel. So I know there are games like on the 9th, 11th, and the 12th. On the days that there aren't games, are they still working out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times the guys that aren't, not a lot of times, almost every time, the guys that aren't playing in that game that day are working out separately on the backfields or in the morning or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah. It's pretty much nonstop activity once it gets rolling. It's pretty quiet these first couple of days. It's like some bullpens and some pitchers and catchers doing defensive work, the old PFP. But then when the hitters are all arriving, you get some live BPs. That's kind of the first fun thing. And then you get into games, which is nice.
So I'm not expecting to go to happy hour with Jordan Walker, but like, did those guys hang out in Jupiter while they're down there?
Do they go to places and stuff all the time? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see. I mean, it depends on what's the hot place at a given time. I mean, there are places that typically are really popular for sometimes. It's not just like a year at a time. There are places that are pretty popular. It's usually the best food and the kind of a good atmosphere. But down in Jupiter, that's not rare to find. There are a lot of those places. So yeah, you'll see the guys out about.
Time to go stalking.
Yeah, you'll see them out there.
I should stalk Nathan Church. Just the most random. Just keep approaching him. You're my favorite third baseman.
Buddy. Not too bad I play outfield. That would be a good way to approach it, though.
Do you expect to bunt a lot?
Are you good at bunting?
How hard can you throw a baseball?
Are you fast?
I'm really fast. I ran track in college. You want a race? Oh, man.
I have a lot of gloves.
That's what I should do.
How many gloves do you have? I have 30. There's your icebreaker all season, Dave. Every time you're at the ballpark on the field, you see somebody. How many gloves do you have? Because I got 30.
Nathan, I have 75 gloves.
How many gloves does the average MLB player have?
I mean, probably not more than a handful at any given time. Like use like game use or practice use gloves. I'm not talking about like the one from when they were a kid that they still hold on to, or like the year they won a Gold Glove. They've got a glove somewhere that's kind of celebratory. Handful. Usually there's one gamer that you have at the moment. Then there's one that you're breaking in to be a gamer. And then you got them kind of like behind that too. Also, it depends. Like if you're a guy that plays 3 positions, well, then you've probably got 2 or 3 of each of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're always typically working ahead a little bit. You want to have a glove broken in for the game in case yours breaks.
Yeah. Yeah. My glove obsession came out of nowhere because I've always kind of famously the same way and when I say famously, I mean completely contrived and performatively. So people think I'm cool. Like I famously wore sandals until Thanksgiving and famously didn't put windows in my Jeep. And I famously had one glove from high school all the way until now. And I still have it. I used it last season. And then I bought a really nice glove and broke it in. I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then I just kept looking at stuff. So
they're easy because they're all different. Yeah, like it's easy to kind of get a hankering for different ones because they are all slightly, pockets are different. The way they feel, the weight of it is different. They're all, and that's why like a lot of guys that play. I know I was very particular about what I wanted the glove to feel like on my hand. If it didn't feel the way that I wanted to, it's not my glove. It's not going to be there.
I feel that. Yeah. When I get so excited when I get an email, this glove is being delivered. And I get home. It's the first thing I do. And you're right. As soon as I put it on my wee little hand, my little baby hand, I'm like, yep, nope.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to try to mold it into something usable.
Yeah. You definitely got me by a factor of 5, I think.
Yeah, I'm in the 20s now.
Yeah.
Because I haven't.
Well, maybe not by a factor of 3 for sure.
I need to give away the 19 gloves I set aside. And if there's any high schools out there, junior high programs, especially for like underprivileged kids and they don't have great equipment, hit me up. Happy to give you my gloves.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll outfit a couple of teams.
Yeah. Be great.
Yeah. What's going on over there with you, Rach? Awfully quiet.
How many gloves do you have, Rach?
Yeah, sorry, I just don't have much to
collection?
contribute. I do not have a glove collection. I don't.
If you had to collect gloves, what kind of gloves would you collect?
Probably the like satin ball gown glove, like evening
So the
gloves.
fancy pants gloves.
Yes.
All right.
I love those. I think they're wonderful.
Those you don't see those around very much.
You
anymore.
don't. It's kind of weird to see anyone wearing them, but I've always liked them.
I think they're very sexy. I find the 40s motif very attractive.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe because I watch so many film noir movies, ladies smoking in long silk gloves.
Say,
you got
like
the cigarette holder
Yeah.
and the little gloves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they wear the gloves though? Like, was there a reason?
Mystique.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
It'd
Was
be
it?
cool.
I don't know if they just didn't want to get all those like cigarette ashes on their fingers.
You'll not see my hands.
Fashion.
You'll not see my hands.
Or maybe you will. Play your cards right, detective.
I got tons of stupid stuff today.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start with a stupid thing?
Whatever.
Okay.
Sure, whatever you want to do.
Sometimes in the the late evenings. I like to have little, I was going to say bowl of cereal, but I don't eat bowls of cereal. I eat my cereal out of a big glass coffee mug. Just a little trivia.
So that basically is a small bowl.
Yeah, I think so. And I was going to make some toast, and my bread was pretty stale. And I'm like, it doesn't matter because I'm making toast. It's going to come out exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't. And I thought, was this operator error? Because I always thought if you had a fresh piece of bread in one hand and a stale piece of bread in the other, and you put them in the toaster together, they're going to come out exactly the same. Toast covers stale. I'm beginning to doubt that.
I think your doubt is correct. It's the dryness. The stale one's a little more dry, so it's going to get even drier when it's toasted up.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Unless you really do the whole burnt toast thing. I guess maybe then there's no real difference.
We should do a science experiment.
There you go.
We get
Andrew,
some
you're a
fresh bread,
scientist.
we get some stale bread. We can toast it up. Sounds like a TikTok video to me. This is how we go viral finally.
There we go.
Yeah.
Toastgate.
Bread challenge.
Also,
We're doing
related,
the toasting bread challenge where we try to toast bread.
we all have our cereals. I've been eating the same cereal since I was a kid. When's the last time you introduced a brand new cereal to your repertoire, to your starting rotation?
A year ago?
Wow, what'd you add?
The Cheerios with protein.
Oh, for love.
Oh, okay.
Of course, the answer needs to be, wow, never. That's a great point, Dave. Yesterday?
No, I did. It's good.
I did it yesterday.
It's pretty
this morning.
good. Cinnamon.
Every day I try one new thing. It enriches my life.
It always has a goal, though. There's a purpose.
And it's been a long time since I even had cereal at all.
Really?
Yeah, because I just, the milk thing has been worse than ever lately.
Your sort of aversion, your fear of milk.
I don't want to be,
Contaminants.
I try to stay away from, I just really don't ever drink it. I had chocolate milk over Christmas break, and I only drank it because I bought one of those little individual bottles of chocolate milk that I could just kind of have in one go. But yeah, it's been a long time for me.
Just eat it dry.
I don't like it dry. I mean, it's fine dry, but I would prefer to have a bowl of cereal. But it's also just like, meh. I like a Honey Bunches of Oats.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, like in this moment, I'm really craving honeycomb. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I had honeycomb in the last year.
Yeah.
Yummy. It's big. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
It's not
Big
small.
crunch.
No.
No.
They're a little different now.
Are they? They're probably not as good, right?
Yeah.
Have you
What's
guys
wrong with them? What happened to them?
They're smaller and
That's against the song.
It's like if you took a bite of a banana and you said, this kind of tastes like honeycombs. Like it reminds me of honeycombs, but it's not honeycombs. And that's how honeycombs are now.
Have you guys ever had Waffle Crisp?
Yes.
No.
Way back in the day.
Oh man, that was my
I don't think
favorite
so.
when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
it's pretty good.
Andrew, you would love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Probably. I love waffles.
Waffle cereal.
I love
I love
waffles.
waffles.
I love waffles.
I love waffles.
I like turtles.
Let me tell you guys about my friend Charles D'Angelo. And this is kind of a weird, live endorsement. You're used to me talking about getting your house remodeled or things like that. And this is personal. And I've known Charles for 20 plus years. Great guy, really interesting guy, very, very different, very, very smart. He was about 160 pounds overweight when he was in junior high and high school. And he lost all of that. And if you see him now, he looks like a gladiator or something, just like all muscle. But what I love about Charles and his training and counseling is that he's very, very honest. And he will tell you, as he said on my show about 3 weeks ago, that if you just need someone to tell you what to eat and when to eat it, like anyone can do that. It's not that difficult. The magic, what you are paying for, is for Charles to keep you on track, to keep you motivated, to keep you honest, to keep you losing weight. And having done it a couple times, and you may have as well, there's that moment when you lose 5 or 10 pounds and you go, oh, okay, I'm in. This is great. Charles is going to get you to that point, get you past that point, get you to your goals. He's not a therapist, but I just keep saying, like in that hour I spent with him on Zoom, we were talking about real stuff. We were talking about real life and issues, and he was very, very helpful. So all you have to do is reach out to him, book a meeting. You can book it in person. You can do it over Zoom. I think you're really going to like him and see the value in what he does, but that's up to you. Just go to charlesdangelo.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
St. Louis has a voice.
This is KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
That voice has shared our stories from headline to history.
The St. Louis Blues are the Stanley Cup champions.
From moment to memory.
Now there is only one Berlin.
Among those voices, Wendy Weiss.
We'll have more on the troop deployment to Bosnia.
Working at KMOX is an honor and a responsibility to represent this community. It's one we take seriously. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Lose the weight or stop smoking. Guaranteed only $59.99. Saturday, March 7th at the Residence Inn by Marriott, St. Louis Westport in St. Louis. Weight loss hypnosis starts at 11 a.m. Registration at 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking starts at 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
Built on a century. Focused on today. The voice of St. Louis. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 124. Looking at the stream, Randy Kahn says, "Hey, Dave, shalom, brother, from Israel. Mazel tov, my Jewish brother. You know, I'm 2%.
Yeah.
I get to say things like that. I'm cool with the Hebrews.
No, you just could have just stopped it. Cool.
Oh, sorry.
I'm cool.
Coming from Israel. That's nice.
Yeah. What time is that? Is that like 7 or 8 hours?
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me. Would you guys like to go to Israel?
I'd like to go everywhere.
I would too.
Yeah, the history is crazy.
I would too. I would love to see it.
All parts of, like especially the old part of the world, right? I mean, you know, that whole cradle of life. There's just so much history that would be great to see.
Yeah. Even being non-religious, I'm fascinated by the Holy Lands, and especially Old Jerusalem. Just the fact I happen to believe, you can believe what you want. I happen to believe that there was a historical guy that Jesus is based on. And just, you know, whether you believe he's the son of God or not, somebody divided time between before him and after him. That's pretty impressive. And just so much history from that time. I just love to walk those streets. That would be cool. Where else would you guys like to go?
I really want to go to Prague.
Wow, that's kind of out of nowhere.
I mean,
I think that was Nick's favorite place he went.
Really? Yeah, I need to talk to him about that. I don't know. I would just really like to go. I would also really like to go to Barcelona.
That sounds sexy. Barcelona sounds great.
Yeah.
I don't see much of this anymore, but remember like last year when people in Spain were squirting tourists with water bottles, like, get out of here.
It was
everything.
It was a certain place, wasn't it? Like a small town.
I thought it was Barcelona.
Oh, was it?
I thought so.
Oh, okay.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, I would love to go to the Amazon.
Whoa.
But that's dangerous.
Fun.
Yeah.
It sounds like so much fun, though.
Yeah.
Like just being in one of those boats. If you have, like, you know, the right crew of people and the right kind of stuff, it would be super cool to do that. But obviously way dangerous. I would love to go to the pyramids.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool too.
Definitely.
Man, I will say after the 2024, the Summer Olympics, I really want to go to Paris now.
It's
like,
great.
Just seeing the way the city was highlighted through all the coverage, I'm like, I really want to go.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like anywhere you go in Europe, I'm sure you probably saw a lot of this in Japan, Rach, because they're just things that are so old.
Yeah.
You know, like compared to here, they're just this. The new bridge. Yeah, that new bridge is 900 years old.
Yeah.
You know the story about my first night in Paris, getting kicked out of the bar?
I don't remember.
My buddies and I, first night in Paris. And we go into this bar, and it's just us and a bunch of gorgeous women. And I got to tell you, we're doing great. We're getting so much attention.
Yeah.
And then here comes my buddy Dan Schnurman being carried by two guys. And he's like, are you serious? $200 for a beer? And we'd order beers. And I'm like, oh, my God, $200 for a beer. What the hell's going on? It was a brothel. And we didn't know it.
Yeah.
And I got physically thrown out of a door in Paris onto the wet, rainy cobblestone streets of a brothel. And as soon as I hit the ground, I popped up. I'm like, that's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me.
I've now got a story.
It was just so cool.
Yeah.
These girls are so friendly.
We really did. I swear to God. I was like, I'm going to stay in Paris.
It's like, man, French people are the best.
I'm like a superhero over here.
Awesome.
I love guys with wigs. Tell you guys about my good friend Matt Bays at Bays Sports Medicine. It's a little bit of a niche. He's a medical doctor. He's a sports medicine doctor. He's been the doctor for several high school teams and college teams, former college player. So he gets it. He's been injured. He understands. He speaks that language, right? So whether the injury is sports related, maybe your 12-year-old goes down at the ice rink and their knee is swollen and they're crying and like, do we go to the ER? Do we go to an urgent care? Call Matt Bays. He's a great person to call. Maybe it's a car accident. Maybe it's something that you've been dealing with for decades, an old high school or college injury that just doesn't go away. He's great at regenerative medicine, which are the stem cell injections, but that's not all he does. Full service doc. And he's absolutely dedicated to customer service. So you're not going to sit there and wait for him for an hour and then spend 5 minutes with him. That's not how he does things. 636-735-3003, BaysSportsMed.com.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Nicholas. 3 voices, 1 hour, all Cardinals. From roster battles in Jupiter to pennant races in St. Louis, the Redbird Rush Hour delivers. The Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
When it comes to lighting, Graybar goes beyond parts and products. We help contractors turn plans into smart designs, manage kitting and deliverables, and navigate local codes so you can stay on time and on budget. Smart, scalable, job site ready. That's not just lighting. That's like kicking your project into Graybar mode. Yep, Graybar does that.
It's time for Dave Murray's weather forecast, sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies.
It's a little bit chilly across St. Louis compared to yesterday by a good 10 to 15 degrees, but lots of sunshine out there going through the afternoon. In the 40s, but downtown may just touch 50. Some clouds moving in tonight, 33, but all is dry. Thursday, clouds dominate 47. Still clouds around Thursday night, 34. Friday, sunny skies and 54. So a quiet stretch coming up, but the next storm system, all rain, develops fairly late Saturday. Saturday night is wet, and so is early Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Retirement shouldn't feel like balancing a checkbook while blindfolded. I'm Gary Goldberg, and my team helps you see the big picture so you can retire younger, richer, and with less anxiety. Because guessing is not a strategy. Tune in to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg Saturday mornings at 7 here on KMOX.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Hey, St. Louis City SC fans, mark your calendars now. The Boys in Red return to Energizer Park to kick off Season 4 Saturday, February 21st. And you could be there for the dawn of a new golden era of St. Louis soccer. Go to stlcitysc.com/tickets and reserve your seat now for the MLS home opener versus Charlotte FC. Limited quantities remain. See you soon, St. Louis.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Meet Linda. She's stuck in a school pickup line, thinking about what to make for dinner. Are the kids' practice jerseys clean? If she sent out that last email before leaving work. But you know what she's not thinking about? Her HVAC system. Linda is a preferred partner with Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation. Members get 2 HVAC system checks per year. We clean and inspect your HVAC systems at each visit. Partners also get priority service and exclusive discounts starting at just $19 per month. Life is chaos, but with Air Comfort Service, you'll have peace of mind with your HVAC system. Visit aircomfortservice.com today. After all, comfort is our middle name.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley. I'm in Jupiter, Florida, covering Cardinals spring training as the Redbirds get ready for a new season.
Listen for Matt's Reports Daily. Sponsored by St. Louis Composting and Happy Roof on the Voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. We're playing some sort of an ad for if your child is addicted to TikTok, you can sue, and here are the symptoms and eating disorders and such. And Rach and Andrew are planning on filing a lawsuit on my behalf. So,
okay,
yeah.
As your guardians.
Yeah, my preteen is addicted to TikTok.
Oh, my preteen. He's a little older than that.
Tell him what I had for lunch today.
Half of a chicken tender, and he was reluctant to eat that. I basically had to do the airplane in the hangar thing.
Look, I'm back in the band.
Here comes the airplane.
I can't play in the band Chub.
Chug it.
I got a bunch of stuff coming up like that. I've spent 6 months fluffy and chubby for me, so it's just time to get. I gotta get past it.
So you're on the half a nug diet.
Half a nug.
Believe me, you can do
I don't know
anything.
how you do it, man. I would crash.
Yeah, you're a hungry dude.
If I don't eat somewhat regularly, I do crash. I start to feel lightheaded and stuff.
Yeah. Do you go all Pam Bondi?
No, I don't avoid answering questions if that's what you're saying.
So I was at Will's house today recording a little commercial for Michael's Baths. I didn't listen to any of that stuff, but my co-host Rachel did.
Okay, let's start with her interaction with Jerry Is it Jerry Nadler or Nadler? Nadler. And he's kind of grilling her, and then what's that? Jamie Raskins jumps in, and she's in a tussle with him. So we'll just listen.
Okay.
How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First,
You showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer the
theatrics are
question the
ridiculous.
way I asked it.
Chairman
How many have you
Jordan, I'm not
indicted?
going to get in the gutter with these people,
How many
but
have
I'm
you-
going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time belongs to
Reclaiming my time.
the time
I
belongs.
think it's very
Reclaiming
interesting.
my time.
I think it's very
Reclaiming my
interesting.
time.
You can
When
reclaim
he
your
talks
time.
about they
Reclaiming my time,
indicted,
Mr.
the
Chairman.
president said they indicted him twice.
Mr. Chairman, please
They
stop the
sure
clock
did.
and
And
stop
he
the clock and
indicted-
restore his time.
Okay, here we go with these
Committee will be in order.
theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentleman from New York. We will give you a few more seconds. We will do that. But when you ask a question, the witness
question
gets to
was-
answer. You may not like the answer, but she gets to
The
answer.
question was, how many of Epstein's...
They don't like the answer, Chairman,
my time.
because it's honest.
Reclaiming
So
my-
he asked a
Reclaiming my
4-minute question.
Restore 45
and
seconds,
I am
Mr. Nadler,
going
please,
to
Mr. Chairman.
answer.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch.
Reclaiming-
Not on our time. No way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I
anything,
did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order.
Time, and I should get back at least 45 seconds.
We will give you a few more seconds. I
Not a
said that
few more,
already.
45 seconds.
Okay, I'm timing right now, Mr. Nadler. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Reclaiming my time. The answer to my question, how many of Epstein's co-conspirators has she indicted, is 0.
Jeez. Damn.
Sound like fun.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
They don't like the answer to the question because it's honest.
Well,
Babe, you
but
weren't
didn't answer
answering the question.
Yeah, I mean, like,
They said they asked for a number, and you're like, it's crazy that you're even saying anything to me. All right.
Raskins like, I told you, you're gonna get your time back. 'Cause the whole time,
Yeah,
he's
the
like,
funny- yeah.
I want my time back. I want my time back. He's like, you're gonna get it. Shut up.
it
I'm
had,
talking
a
to
little,
her.
it had a little Abbott and Costello there for a minute, didn't it?
Man, these are so long. I'm almost reluctant to play them because it's just a bunch of that. But I really want you guys to hear this one. Pam Bondi's speaking. She's questioning why no one ever asked any of these questions of Merrick Garland. And then the conversation that she's having with herself just takes kind of an odd turn.
People need to know this. They are talking about Epstein today. This has been around since the Obama administration. This administration released over 3 million pages of documents, over 3 million. And Donald Trump signed that law to release all of those documents. He is the most transparent president in the nation's history. And none of them ask Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over.
Bro.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about the Dow or are we talking about the Epstein files?
Yeah.
Now, so I want to make sure that I have this correct, right? Am I correct in wondering why the question turns to anything outside of the topic? Like, why does the answer turn to anything that's not about the topic? You can just say, hey, we're doing things nobody else has done. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. I also have to ask, like, why does she sound like she's on the verge of a mental breakdown? Just answering, these are simple questions. How many people have you indicted? How many people have you questioned? Why are you then going like this? It's crazy that you would even ask me that. And she's so highly emotional. That's weird, right? Like, if you're asking me a series of questions about something that should be easy to answer and I have nothing to hide and I don't have any reason to feel defensive, why would I sound like extremely emotional? And like, it's very strange.
Yeah,
very strange stuff.
I get her point about, hey, you never asked Merrick Garland. Obama had this. Biden had this. They didn't do anything.
Sure.
I think that's fair.
It is fair. It would be even more fair if Joe Biden had campaigned on releasing the
100%.
Epstein
that's
files.
exactly the point.
But he
100%.
didn't.
Right.
For
Yes.
me personally, the reason why it's such a big deal with this administration is the fact that promises were made. And then when people came to them and said, like, all right, we're ready for that promise that you made us. When is it coming out? Then it was, what files are you talking about? There's really nothing to see here, guys. that makes people extremely suspicious.
Well, especially when you campaign on releasing the files. I'm talking about Donald Trump. And then when asked to, you stonewall.
Yeah.
That right there, it's like, come on, what the hell's going on? And let's just deal with right now. Right now, we've had a certain amount of them. Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's not. We know that there are 3 million we haven't seen. Have them released. Here's what I think. And again, this maybe just comes from being a lawyer, but they should release them with no redactions, 0 redactions, to either a bipartisan subcommittee of Congress who are sworn to not share that, or they should bring in like a special master who's a retired judge and let them go through and make some sort of rulings on this should be redacted, this shouldn't. But when you leave 43 names of victims unredacted, yet all of the men who were involved, even some that were designated by the DOJ as co-conspirators, when you redact them, and when it takes these congressmen 2 hours to find all of these men who are, like we talked about last week, Wheels, when I said, hey, I'm looking at this email that said, how did you like the torture video?
Yeah.
And someone sent it to Epstein, didn't send it to himself. Turns out it's this Solomon guy.
Yep.
And so that's why I think everyone is rightfully up in arms. There's now evidence of a 9-year-old girl that was sexually assaulted. We should, if ever there was a topic where you can say, I don't care. I don't care if it's Republicans or Democrats or independents or the Green Party. I don't care if it's my brother-in-law. I don't care if it's my favorite president of all time. If this person was in any way involved, then they should be held accountable.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's possible that Donald Trump didn't sexually assault any underage girls. Is that possible? Sure. But when you're in there literally 1 million times, there should be some sort of accounting for that. Lutnick should be gone.
Absolutely.
Because he bald-faced lied. I wish we had the sound, but you've all heard it. And I said to my wife, I will never see that disgusting person again. And then years later after that, he's emailing him, can I bring my kids to Epstein Island?
We are on vacation and the island is nearby. Then I will be having lunch with him.
And then when questioned, why did you go to lunch on his island? He's like, I don't remember. What do you mean you don't remember?
I was hungry.
It's a lie. And this is the thing. And this is the thing with what Bondi did today, too. When people start propping up straw men, they're lying to you.
Yeah.
They're deceiving you. Because acting like it's only Democrats pounding on the table is a lie. MTG is pounding on the table. John Thune today. John Thune is the Senate Majority Leader. He's not some representative from a small town in a small state. He is the majority leader. And he said today they should release everything. And he noted that all kinds of people in the United Kingdom are in trouble and they're getting caught and there are consequences, but nobody having consequences here. That's John Thune.
Yeah.
That's not Raskin. That's not some liberal Democrat. That is the Senate Majority Leader.
Yeah.
This is not something that's only coming from the left. There are a lot of people on the right that are shouting about this, and not just like podcasters on the right, which we've already talked about, but like actual congressmen, senators, and people in Congress. So why are we only pointing the finger at Democrats?
And also,
because it's a deflection.
And Wheels, like, I appreciate what you're saying, but the fact that we even have to go into that at all, like, I get so like that. That's what makes me feel insane. Is it's like
once they get you arguing,
exactly. What they want to do is draw
Muddy
you
the
into the
water.
argument.
Muddy the water.
Exactly. So then you're like trying to defend yourself on things that none of us need to defend ourselves in anything when we are just trying to get answers on children being sexually abused and trafficked. Why do I have to explain myself as far as why I would want to know what was going on there? Why I would want people to be held to account? Why are the words Democrat and Republican even in the conversation? The only word that's in the conversation to me is pedophile. Let's get rid of the pedophiles, period.
Yeah.
So why do you want to drag politics into it at all? It's so ridiculous that we have to be like, oh, we just get sucked into this storm of like, oh, we got to address every point they're making. Like, no, they're throwing these points out on purpose to get our focus off what actually matters.
Yeah.
Rach, might want to read that last comment.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be talking about anything but baking brownies.
No, this dip ass.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for listening, Tom.
Okay, Tom. How those boots taste?
Yeah. Shut up, jackass.
I'm sorry that I'm not complimenting, in his words, the greatest president since Ronald Reagan.
The fact that she brought up the Dow's at 50,000, classic straw man.
Distraction.
Because, yeah, I'm glad it's at 50,000.
Yeah.
I'll be even happier if it's at 70,000. My 401k is looking healthy. Everyone's happy about that. But you don't get to brush pedophilia under the rug because the stock market's up.
Well, and even in some of the cases where the people trafficked were adults, that's still a crime. I mean, this is a huge story. And like, I don't understand now that we've seen what we've seen because of what's been out there. I don't see how anybody looks at this and goes, it's fine. Yeah. No need to go any further.
Right.
I mean, like, I don't know how you can look at. I was never the release the Epstein files guy.
That's exactly what Trump is saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's saying, we have more important things to talk about. I think we can just get over this.
Way more important things like Bad Bunny and the halftime show.
Yeah, you got time
Let's focus in on the real issues of the day.
Everyone should be in lockstep that you investigate this until we are satisfied, the American people, that it has been fully investigated. When this morning, I know that you unredacted the names of victims, but you carefully redacted the names of perpetrators or alleged perpetrators.
Right.
That's all I need to know. We're not at the end of it.
Yeah.
You have not done your job. And shame on you. Because like Rach said, this isn't something political.
No.
We're talking about raping children.
Yeah.
We should all be able to put politics aside and not protect anyone.
Yeah.
And just find out who did what and let the law take its course.
Yeah. You know how I say this way too much, but you know how I always say the fight should be up and down, not left and right. This is why those distraction techniques get thrown out there.
Yeah.
Because they would rather have us yelling at each other and the left yelling at the right and the right yelling at the left and everybody looking up at these criminals who have been covered for because they have wealth and power or because they're politically connected somewhere else in the world. Whatever it is, it's all about that power. It is power stepping on the powerless, and that is not a Democrat or a Republican thing. And the more that we sit there and yell across the aisle at each other, the more we serve those horrible people that are committing the crimes.
Yeah. Tell you guys once again about Dr. Kathy Maupin and Dr. Rachel Sullivan at BioBalance Health. You know about the pellets. I talk about the pellets every single day. Bioidentical hormone replacement pellets. I've been getting them for 7 years. Trish's been getting them for about 7 years. Makes everything better. And not just the obvious stuff like, erectile dysfunction and libido and such, but just like overall, I remember someone told me when I turned 50, like, wait till you're 60. It feels like you have the flu every day. And they weren't completely wrong. And it really helps with that, just your overall mood and sleeping and just kind of everything. And I can tell because when I get to the end of my pellets, I don't feel miserable, but I can clock it. And if I go 2 or 3 months past my pellets because I'm lazy, I can really feel it. So it really does make a difference. All you have to do is go to biobalancehealth.com, fill out the little questionnaire. They will arrange for a blood draw. You can get it done yourself at your own doctor. That's what I do. They'll send it over to Dr. Maupin. They will read the results. They'll tell you what they are. They'll give you their advice. Then you do what you want to do. Again, for all things Dr. Maupin, biobalancehealth.com.
St. Louis, get ready. One of the most powerful voices in country music is coming to the Dome at America's Center on March 7th. Zach Bryan, live in concert. It'll be fun about those clouds, I'm telling you, baby. With the songs you know by heart. You can see now. One night, one stage, an unforgettable night of raw, honest music. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
Looking for a career change? Well, the Gelman team with eXp Realty is hiring. Their unmatched blueprint to success, real support, and proven systems help agents take their business to the next level. Level up your future and earning potential. Take the first step at thegelmanteam.com.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-948-7878. That's 800-948-7878.
Why do the national tax resolution firms need the tiny fine print at the bottom of all their TV ads? Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. You don't hear fast-talking disclaimers in our ads because the claims we make are 100% transparent. The Lance Story Law Firm primarily focuses on one thing, IRS problems, and we're regulated by the Bar Association, and we have a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. IRS issues are serious legal issues. The Lance Story Law Firm has helped thousands of clients navigate the best resolution plans, and we tell you up front exactly how much it'll cost. Tax resolution law is all we do. So before you send money to some out-of-town, high-pressure salesperson, give us a call at the Lance Story Law Firm, located right here in St. Louis. Call today to schedule your free consultation with me, 314-260-6120, or visit Lance, DRURYlaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 152. I just have to say about that guy that commented, Andrew banned him. He's gone. We don't allow people like that to hang out on the show. But no one outs themselves like MAGA. And you can be MAGA and you can disagree with me. You can bring up arguments, and the people who listen to the show know this is true. I just did it with Van Bondi. She brought up like, hey, why didn't you ask Mary Garland this? Fair point. I will always strive to be fair. And if you bring up a good counterpoint, I will listen to you. And if you persuade me, I will move my position. But when you call Rachel a little girl and say that she shouldn't be allowed to talk on the radio unless she's talking about baking brownies, dude, you just owned yourself so bad. Like,
well, nothing screams I'm a genius.
Who likes you in your life?
Yeah. Nothing screams I'm a genius more than ignoring the topic at hand and just taking shots at people because they say something that hurt your feelings.
Well, if it helps, I don't consider that a shot. That is far from the worst comment I've ever received. Like, I really don't care. Tom, God bless. I hope you have a great day, bro.
I don't. I hope you
Sorry
trip
you
and
can't
fall.
comment on the stream anymore, but we don't really want to hear any more after that. But, I mean, whatever.
Go jump in a lake.
So are we just spitting in the wind?
I don't think so across the board. I mean, I do think to certain people that are really dug in, but again, look at the people that are on this issue. I'm not talking about bigger picture issues, but on this particular investigation with the Epstein thing, there are so many people that are on all parts of the political spectrum that are interested and want they just want to be able to know what the truth is. They just want to know what the facts are, right? Just put it out there. And if it shows that none of these people did anything wrong or that there's just no evidence of it, okay, that's what it is. But the more you deflect, the more you cover up, the more you hide, the more you give excuses that don't make any sense, the more suspicious people get. And that's, again, it's not just your diehard socialist, whatever. I mean, it's the Senate Majority Leader, Republican. It's like there's a lot of unity on this. I mean, again, I don't know how many people I've seen that are clearly Trump voters who have said this issue, they're wrong. They can't do it this way.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 369369. AREA to 369369. AREA to 369369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I'm fixing to tell you something that the insurance industry does not want you to ever hear. Bullies often delay and deny. I see them sitting on premiums paid and making money and dragging it out for as long as they can. Many times, we're forced to take them to court. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Their high-paid lobbyists are on a mission to make sure that at trial, jurors are not allowed to learn that the at-fault party has insurance, and in some cases, lots of it. I can think of no case in all my years where there was no insurance for the at-fault party. So let's fight back. It's all these bullies understand. Tell everybody you know the truth. If you've been injured in a car crash or hurt at a store or business, visit forthepeople.com. We're here 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100. And I'm telling you, I was ecstatic, could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. The voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, we've got a cloudy sky. Right now, 50 degrees. The feels like it's 44 downtown at the Arch. An update to our developing story. St. Louis police say they have the suspect wanted for killing a 28-year-old woman in the drive-thru of the Starbucks on South Grand. Let's take you live to the newsroom. KMOX's Maria Keena's just back from that police briefing. Maria?
Yeah, Michael, St. Louis police spokesman Mitch McCoy says 58-year-old Keith Brown is now in custody.
Intelligence detectives were conducting investigative operations into a homicide suspect. As they were surveilling the residence of that homicide suspect, the suspect left his home and began traveling. Our detectives started to conduct rolling surveillance on our homicide suspect until the man was taken into custody in the 3700 block of North Grand.
Now, McCoy says SWAT executed a search warrant on Brown's home in the 4000 block of Peck. Detectives located evidence that linked him to 2 other armed robberies. Back on February 6th, it was on a parking lot of a fast food restaurant, and Brown allegedly robbed the victim in the drive-thru, then fired a shot in the air. That second robbery happened at the Dollar General on North Grand, February 8th. 2 shots were fired into the air. Reporting live in the newsroom, Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Sadly, we're at an inflection point. The County Council has made significant cuts to our budget this year, which will lead to a reduction of services in several places.
Those reductions in St. Louis County, according to Executive Sam Page, include the closure of 2 outdoor swimming pools for the summer, St. Vincent and Kennedy, also the closure of the West County Government Center on Clarkson.
So let's be clear, these are not cuts that my office wanted to make. The budget that I sent to the County Council would have allowed us to avoid all of these service reductions, services that residents enjoy.
This just in, James Vanderbeek, the Dawson's Creek star, has died at the age of 48. We're learning more about what led authorities to briefly close the airspace over El Paso, Texas. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Multiple sources tell CBS News the closure stemmed from disagreements between the FAA and the Pentagon over drone-related tests. The Pentagon had been testing technology at Fort Bliss by the airport that uses a high-energy laser. It was used earlier this week to shoot down what turned out to be a party balloon. But there were differences over whether the tests met safety requirements. The FAA administrator closed the airspace without alerting the White House, Pentagon, or Homeland Security officials until safety issues could be resolved.
A St. Louis business is accused of selling illegal THC products disguised to look like candy.
The Missouri Attorney General has filed a lawsuit against Pressure STL, saying the company sold unregulated and high-potency THC items without a license and marketed them in packaging appealing to children. The lawsuit argues the products fall outside Missouri's legal marijuana rules and may contain unsafe chemicals or contaminants. The state is asking the court to stop the business from selling the products and to impose penalties. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
The KMOX Business Desk, mixed reports when it comes to the economy. On the one hand, massive job losses last month with prices remaining high. On the other hand, the Dow hits 50,000 for the first time. Commerce Bank Chief Economist Scott Colbert.
It is very true that the number of job openings is down a lot. And it's also very true that job growth has slowed. But the stock market is primarily driven by the earnings of corporate America. And, those earnings continue to grow as basically they expand their margins.
And corporate America's earnings have exploded. The Dow from Stifel is down 48 points to 50,139. We've got some road work on Lindbergh South at I-70. The right lane's closed. Also stalled vehicle 70 East at Air Flight. That's got the right lane closed.
It's a little bit chilly across St. Louis compared to yesterday by a good 10 to 15 degrees, but lots of sunshine out there going through the afternoon. In the 40s, but downtown may just touch 50. Some clouds moving in tonight, 33, but all is dry. Thursday, clouds dominate 47. Still clouds around Thursday night, 34. Friday, sunny skies and 54. So a quiet stretch coming up, but the next storm system, all rain, develops fairly late Saturday. Saturday night is wet, and so is early Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is 50, feels like 44 right now, downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Alrighty.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. So, Kev, there are like 5 bands that every time I hear them, I'm like, no, this is the best rock band of all time. You know what I mean? Like Journey, Queen, Foreigner. As soon as I hear them, if someone said, is Foreigner the greatest rock band of all time? I'd be like, hey, hi, no, of course not. But then when you hear Double Vision, you're like, this is the greatest rock band of all time.
Yeah.
Putting my chip down on this.
As long as you hear it in that moment, it feels that way.
It does. We have a guest in studio, Lana Wilhelm, RN, the author of Stroke and the Caregiver, and the founder of Stroke Caregiver Connection. And you are a listener and reached out to us, right?
Absolutely. I've been listening for, oh gosh, it seems like forever. But you know, I was so impressed by the radio station because you guys share a lot of real life type of experiences. Yeah. And I think you have an audience that gets it, you know, have lived it. And I think your experience with your mom and, you know, that sort of thing. And then Andrew was sharing that, you know, he had an experience with the stroke type of thing. And it just felt like this was a good format to get information out to people that they're not alone.
Yeah. So I'm going to fall on the sword. And I'm going to tell you what I think a stroke is. And okay. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong because I have high cholesterol and I worry about that. But to me, a heart attack is when your arteries are clogged and it's not getting enough blood to the heart and you have some sort of infarction. And to me, I've always thought of a stroke as being the same thing, but it affects the brain instead of the heart.
You know, that's probably a good way to describe it. There's 2 ways that you have a stroke. You know, the one is an ischemic stroke, where a blood clot, you know, prevents blood from flowing into the appropriate area, and those cells die, and they die within seconds.
Oh,
you
I didn't know that.
I mean, it's, you know, time is brain is the main thing people talk about all the time, and the reason being is the sooner you can treat a brain injury, the better the recovery. So the sweet spot is really about 4.5 hours is when you really want to get someone treated. The other type of stroke is when you have a disruption in the blood flow and blood leaks into the brain. They call it a hemorrhagic stroke. So there's 2 different kinds. And, you know, the outcomes are different, you know, depending on where part of the brain. The thing that I tell patients and caregivers so frequently is I could line up 10 people and we all have, every one of our brains look identical, but everybody's stroke responds differently. So there's it's not like when you break an arm and you're like, oh, well, you know I have a cast for so many weeks and then I move on. With a stroke, everybody responds differently. It's just amazing how different we respond to that.
Yeah. And I love that you're focusing on the caregiver, and I'm no super caregiver, but I've done it in the past. I know the exhaustion, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, the sort of feeling alone. There's to me, I don't care how nice the hospital is, how nice the facility is, spending time in any medical facility is exhausting.
You know, it's exhausting physically, but more emotionally, because you sit in that chair. And I know what I did was you sit in that chair and you spend hour upon hour with the what ifs.
Yeah.
What if this happens? What if that happens? And you start to go to places that you don't need to go to, but you can't help yourself. Yeah. But if someone can come in like myself, a caregiver advocate, and say, okay, what's keeping you awake at night? What is your big what if? And then we kind of talk it through, you know, my husband and I have been married for a long time, and you kind of forget what each person does in a relationship. So, when I had to go get screws and all that kind of nonsense at the hardware store, it wasn't like going to Target. I went into the aisle that had all the screws and nuts and bolts, and I just stood there and cried because there were so many. And I'm thinking, okay, is there really a difference between like a half and a fourth and 3/4? I'm thinking, I don't think there is.
You and I are very similar.
So I just,
it's a good thing we're not together.
Yeah. So I just stood there and cried, and I'm like, I just was overwhelmed. And this man came over and he said, do you need help? I'm like, yes, I need help. And he's like, give me your list. And he went to the store and he got everything I needed. And I thanked him and thanked him and thanked him. And he said, someday I may have, a sick wife and I have to go to Target and get those damn pillows. And he's like, I have no idea what to do. Yeah. He said, so if you see a man walking around Target, stop and help them. That's nice. My thank you.
Yeah, it really does reshuffle life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about this, whether caregiving is caregiving or if it is specific to what you're giving care for. But I watched my mom and my brother and my sister do 90% of the heavy lifting with my dad when it was Alzheimer's. And it's such a thankless job in so many ways. People don't see you at 4 a.m. taking your husband of 50 years to the bathroom for the 38th time that night because he thinks he has to go to the bathroom, but he doesn't, but he has Alzheimer's. And, it's just caregiving is just, it deserves more attention.
Oh, I absolutely agree. And I was pretty naive, as a medical professional. I thought that I gave them the resources, call this person, that person. And, then they go home. And I would go home at the end of my shift thinking I'd done a really great job. And in reality, I did from a medical standpoint, but really from a caregiver standpoint, there was just so much more they needed. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to be angry. It's okay at 2 a.m. being in the shower crying. It's okay. But you know what? You have to kind of, but a lot of people say, don't you sometimes feel like throwing in the towel? And the bottom line is, yes, but you got to pick it back up and go again. And I think, family caregivers need that support. The thing with the stroke, if they're not in a wheelchair or they're not using a walker, you can't see it.
Yeah.
And so people will say, oh, they look great. They look fine. But in reality, there's a lot of things going on that you deal with on a 24/7 basis that you have to struggle with.
Yeah. You're in the right room. Rach, I know your dad took care of your grandpa, and Kev, your mom, had heart troubles.
Oh, yeah. She had a full hole in her heart repaired.
Andrew's wife, Megan, has issues. And his dad just came off of, cancer treatment. And so, you got 30s, 60s, 50s, it goes across the whole paradigm.
Well, and when you think about stroke, it always has been kind of considered an old person disease.
Yeah.
It's not any longer, it really isn't. And so, helping these individuals, and I was just in New Orleans for the International Stroke Convention, and I met, oh my gosh, so many survivors and caregivers. But the thing that really kind of, surprised me that they didn't address was they had all these new things for stroke patients. But unless you have a caregiver, a family caregiver that's going to make sure you get to the doctor's office, that make sure you remember to take that medication, that make sure that you, do all these things, you're back in the hospital.
Yeah. Kev, Rach, any questions, comments?
Could you tell us about a little bit about the books that you've written?
Absolutely. So when my husband stabilized after about a year or so, I had just started journaling what was happening with the two of us and everything that I had experienced. And a neighbor down the street just happened to say, there are no resources out there. You should really write this down. And I thought, oh, okay. So I did. And I started sharing with other people, going to support groups. And my husband had been at Mercy Hospital, and they basically had saved his life. And so I'd gone to them, naive. I just walked into the emergency room, asked for the stroke coordinator, and said, hey, maybe we can, collaborate. apparently that's not how it's normally done, but I didn't know any different. So Mercy just kind of grabbed onto it. So every week I go and visit patients and their families. And then in October, I started working with a group that's helping me really spread the word nationally and to different places. So I've been on a lot of podcasts and interviews and that sort of thing, just trying to get that word out there that even though you're never alone, these individuals out there are lonely.
Yeah.
And they want resources. Yeah. But they don't have the time or the energy to look for them.
Yeah. How do people get in touch with Stroke Caregiver Connection?
The easiest way is to go on the website. It's strokecaregiverconnection.com. So it's pretty easy to find. I actually have I did my website initially, and that's not my cup of tea. I'm a nurse and caregiver. So I have a gentleman that's kind of redoing it. And so it should be updated. But yeah, go to that. I don't normally have people call me. And the reason being is you get so much spam nowadays. Yeah. That way a caregiver can contact me and then say, hey, Lana, are you available at 10 tonight? That's when my loved one's asleep. Can we talk then? So I try to keep it what works for them.
That's great. You're doing great work. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Anything we can do to help you, let us know.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just been such an honor to be, in this group, because I think, my husband and I always laugh about your show. Every time he would be out with his friends, I'm like, so what'd you guys talk about? And his answer was always typically, just listen to Dave Glover. That's what we talk about, nonsense.
That's great. All our best to Rick.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. They're my pick, like literally my pick. I had 2 or 3 window companies that I could choose from. I don't think that Universal Windows Direct is the only good window company out there. It's sort of like what we're talking about in the first hour, how you can tell someone's lying, how you can tell someone's trying to fool you when they set up the straw man or they take too strong of a position. And when I hear my colleagues do live endorsements and they're like, the only choice, there's no second, like, is that really true? But I have checked them out and vetted them, and they're a great company with great windows, great guarantees. And then they give special deals to DGS listeners. So if you are in the market for replacement windows, here's what you get. You get buy 2, get 2 windows for free with no limit. You get 0% interest for 36 months, so 3 years to pay that off, same as cash. $500 off your total project. Locally, call 314-334-2522 or check out universalwindowsdirect.com.
Setting goals for retirement is one thing, but knowing how to achieve those goals is another.
What are your wishes, hopes, and dreams? What's retirement look like for you? Because everybody, that picture is different.
For tips on building a better nest egg, tune in to the All Financial Hour with host Steve All, Saturday mornings at 10 or Sunday evenings at 6, right here on KMOX. You can also visit yourmoneymattersstl.com for more details.
Barnes Jewish Hospital and WashU Medicine physicians have long been leaders in heart and vascular care. Now, we're taking the patient experience to another level by opening our new state-of-the-art patient tower, designed specifically with heart patients in mind. By combining the latest technology with thoughtful design and private rooms, heart patients can experience faster healing, reduced stress, and improved outcomes. Learn more at barnesjewish.org/heart.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
One city, one voice. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Oh, I didn't realize Pam Bondi called Raskin a washed-up loser.
Washed-up loser lawyer. And then she said, "You're not even a lawyer."
Jeez.
Yeah, that was in the end of that. And just, again, like, that sound is just so long and so full of arguing. I'm like, I don't want to play it again.
Yeah.
but there's some good stuff in there.
I learned a disturbing fact last night. Went 61 years on knowing this. Do you know that every wax figure, like in Madame Tussauds, has a skeleton?
Mm-hmm. How else would they hold up?
I just never thought of it.
Are they biologically correct skeleton type things, or is it just like a metal?
Some have like actual skeletons.
Oh, okay.
And then a lot of them have a metal version of a skeleton.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess if I had thought about it long enough, like it's just a big bunch of jelly. I don't know. But just the fact it's like, oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
So strange.
Makes sense, I guess.
Skeletons are weird. Our bodies are weird.
Yeah.
Just, I can't think about it. I can't. My OCD kills me.
Well, what's funny is you talk about it as weird, but it's like the most normal thing because it is.
It's the only thing I got.
But what makes it weird is thinking about it too much.
My universe is this skin sack of meat. That's my universe. Everything that I experience happens in my skull. That freaks me out.
It's true.
That's all I had.
All righty then.
Alrighty. Did you see that Judge Janine, whatever her name is, failed to indict the 6 congresspeople who were trying to be indicted for espionage or treason because they put out that video saying, hey, military people, you don't have to obey illegal orders, which is exactly what Hegseth said during Biden. So,
word for word.
Word for word. God, so stupid.
Such a weird thing.
I mean, it's good to see that it failed.
It is.
That's encouraging.
It is. Yes.
Instead of like imprisoning these people for saying words.
Wheels, you'll appreciate this one being from Michigan. They've spent the last 7 years and $5 billion building a bridge between Michigan and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump has put the kibosh on opening it because Canada has screwed us over for so many decades. So no ask. No, I'll let you open it if you do this. Just, I don't like you and you can't open your bridge.
Wouldn't the American taxpayers that helped fund that maybe have something to say about that?
You think so?
Like, hey, that's our money. You gonna pay us back?
It's National Guitar Day.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good day.
And National Latte Day.
You can miss me with that.
I like both those things.
I like a latte.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I believe this one. The average parent spends 10 hours per week looking for offline activities they can enjoy with their kids.
10 hours per week?
Yeah, that's one of those, that just seems like one of those exaggeration things that we all say.
You said the average parent?
The average parent spends 10 hours per week looking for activities.
I'm sorry, I don't believe that study.
Like
I hate
part-time
that those
job.
words came out of my mouth, but I'm going to disagree with that study. There's no way. You don't have any time left to do the offline activities with your children at that, unless they're just counting like scrolling on your phone and you are seeing content about it. If that counts as you like actively looking for the activities, okay, but
It doesn't count the doing of the activities, does it?
No, it said looking.
that's a little silly.
A list of, quote, amazing foods that other people think are overrated include truffle oil, tomahawk steaks, hot honey, ranch dressing,
Oh yeah.
macarons,
Okay.
Dubai chocolate,
Haven't had it.
matcha,
Yes.
and smash burgers.
Uh-huh. I like most of those things. I guess
Completely
I'm basic.
overrated.
Those, well, some of them might be, but others are not. Smash burgers are not overrated. They're awesome.
25% of us eat our dinner on the couch.
Yeah.
That's it?
I know. I think people are lying.
That's gotta
25%?
be- Yeah, that's got to be a lot. Now, does it? Maybe it's because the rest are sitting in like a big comfy chair.
Yeah.
Right. Did they differentiate between
What if
recliner
you're
and
Like, I'm in a
hunched over the
recliner.
kitchen sink.
I'm in a
Eating as
recliner,
quickly as possible.
half laying down, so everything gets all over me. It makes a giant mess every time I eat anything.
Jeez.
I have met people though who like they have to eat at a table. Like they don't feel human.
I am kind of the
Otherwise.
opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Like if everyone in the family gets together, we'll sit at a table. But other than that, like at the island, walking around, couch, I don't know. I just prefer it. I used to talk about this a lot because I grew up in a weird family, pretty traditional though, and we would eat at the table every night, and it was stress. It was nothing but stress. And I'm a choker and a spiller, and nothing pissed my dad off more than if I would choke or spill. And about 3 times a year, he would spill his iced tea. And it was like the greatest thing that ever happened.
Did you do the internal fist pump?
Yes. Oh, completely.
Certainly not out in front of everybody.
And he got it. He'd be like, oh, GD, and all that kind of stuff. But when my dad went to union meetings once a month, once every couple of months, we would have banquet
TV
dinners and eat on TV trays while watching TV.
The old metal TV trays, the real
Yes.
flimsy ones that could
Yes.
knock over real easy.
And that was magic.
Yeah.
Just like dad's gone. There's no stress. I'm eating chocolate pudding right next to fried chicken and watching Barney Miller. It's pretty cool.
Do you think people actually in the olden times liked having dinner? Is everybody just sitting there, or did they just do it because they felt like they should?
I'm guessing more the second.
Huh?
I think having dinner together is like a really nice communal experience.
I'm talking about like day to day, every day, line up the kids, everybody all at once.
Yeah, I think people like having their family time.
All right.
Weirdo.
Spring training is here, and Cardinals baseball is heating up in Jupiter as young talent and big expectations take the field. The Gas House Gang is talking Cardinals all day long. Tom Ackerman, Chris Ranji, Bernie Miklasz, smart takes, insightful analysis, real Redbird conversation, plus live reports from Camp Cardinals with Matt Pauley and Mike Claiborne. If it matters to Cards fans, it's on the Gas House Gang. Weekdays at noon on KMOX.
Straight Realty has always been an industry leader when it comes to commissions. So it should come as no surprise that the recent Realtor settlement has only empowered us to continue offering our sellers even better rates. We now list homes for only 2%. Hi, I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Call me 314-441-4444. Why pay more than 2? You can also listen to my podcast on my website, straightrealty.com.
Commissions are not regulated and are negotiable. Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
Hey, St. Louis City SC fans, mark your calendars now. The Boys in Red return to Energizer Park to kick off Season 4 Saturday, February 21st. And you could be there for the dawn of a new golden era of St. Louis soccer. Go to stlcitysc.com/tickets and reserve your seat now for the MLS home opener versus Charlotte FC. Limited quantities remain. See you soon, St. Louis.
Turning 50 doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting smarter about your health. That's why we created Neovitin Men's 50 Plus Multivitamin. It's doctor formulated to support your energy, immune health, and overall vitality. Plus, it's made in the U.S. using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Take control of your health with supplements you can trust. Look for Neovitin Men's 50 Plus at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, or online at neovitin.com. Neovitin, made for men who keep moving forward.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
It's a little bit chilly across St. Louis compared to yesterday by a good 10 to 15 degrees, but lots of sunshine out there going through the afternoon. In the 40s, but downtown may just touch 50. Some clouds moving in tonight, 33, but all is dry. Thursday, clouds dominate 47. Still clouds around Thursday night, 34. Friday, sunny skies and 54. So a quiet stretch coming up, but the next storm system, all rain, develops fairly late Saturday. Saturday night is wet, and so is early Sunday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
This report is sponsored by McKelvey Homes.
McKelvey Homes is breaking ground on something new in O'Fallon, Strawberry Farms. When McKelvey builds something, they do it right. Visit McKelvey Homes to schedule a tour at Strawberry Farms in O'Fallon. Visit McKelveyHomes.com today and move up to McKelvey.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. If you'd like to discuss a lawsuit, text LEVEL to 323232, LEVEL to 323232, LEVEL to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
I got you something extra special for Valentine's Day.
Yeah?
How does a blow and go sound?
I like it.
Great. Air Comfort Service will be here on Monday.
Wait, what?
Our attic insulation is in bad shape. Air Comfort Service heating and cooling and insulation can top off our insulation with blow and go and make our home more energy efficient. We can save up to 30% on our energy bills.
I love it when you talk savings to me. Schedule your blow and go attic insulation from Air Comfort Service. Visit aircomfortservice.com/blow today.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley. I'm in Jupiter, Florida, covering Cardinals spring training as the Redbirds get ready for a new season.
Listen for Matt's Reports Daily. Sponsored by St. Louis Composting and Happy Roof on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Wednesday, 2:33. Just telling the guys in the first hour that I have been invited to go to spring training. Going to go down with my good pal, Michael Kelly from Hancock and Kelly. He's got a place down in Jupiter where I've stayed before. He let the family have it probably 3 years ago. Really cool. I'd never been to Jupiter. It's right across the street from Roger Dean Stadium. Like, really excited. Aki's going to be down there at the same time, and Claves, and really looking forward to it. So, suggestions, since I've never been to spring training? Make sure I do this, make sure I do that.
Go out to eat a lot.
Okay.
A lot of good restaurants in Jupiter. Like, there's so many good
Wonder if
restaurants.
Claves knows any.
Oh my God. You should let him be your planner.
I plan to.
Yeah, he knows everything in every spot.
Did I ever tell you about the time? So there's probably nowhere I'm more known or plugged than Capitol Grill. And Claves and I went to dinner one night a couple years ago, and I knew he knew everyone, but I didn't realize he knew everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And we weren't competing, but it was just funny how people would come up to me, they'd come up to Claves, and like it was like by the end of it, I'm like, I hand you the crown.
Every time somebody goes by, you're looking at each other. There's one.
Oh man,
there's two.
Everyone knows Claves. Everyone loves him.
Yep.
So let's do a little sports. Just a little preview of Redbird Rush Hour.
Yeah, so obviously we'll see what the stories are today. Matt will tell us kind of like what he saw. So we usually do that. Like it's kind of how we start. Is Matt starting off with what the news of the day is? You know, what did he see? Who did he through? Was there any discussion about, who's going to be playing where or who's going to pitch when?
I saw the new guy. I can't say his name yet.
Senja?
Jurangelo
Senja?
Throwing with both hands, both arms.
That's pretty great.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
We talked last night a lot about the catchers and, there's a lot of ways that whole thing could play out. Does Herrera show improvement to get back there more? I doubt it, but I mean, it's definitely worth trying. Does Jimmy Crooks get a chance to take more playing time? Is it going to be Pages by default? Does Crooks go to AAA? If he goes to AAA, what does that mean for Bernal? Because Bernal was at AA last year, doesn't need to repeat it. So, there are a lot of moving parts at that position. And early on, we're talking about the things that are now, right? The things that are.
How special is Pages defensively?
I mean,
if he is.
No, he is. He is. I special to me is like Yachty, right? Special means like you're another tier from the top tier. He's really good. Like he's well above average, and I don't know that I would say he's in the elite class, but he's certainly good. Like he's a guy that you can trust. Calls a good game, frames reasonably well, throws well, controls the running game. So he does the things that you want to do. The problem is his bat. And even last year, if you look at his numbers, they're not pretty, right? But they're actually worse than that because he actually was lucky last year.
So
his numbers should have been worse than they were.
Than he should have.
And they weren't good. So when you look at, I'm not going to bore you with the category. There's a number that's like your expected offensive production. And he was the bottom 1% in baseball in expected results. So his results were better than that, which means he was lucky, which means if he doesn't change anything this year, it could regress. And his question is the bat. He's got some bat speed, but swings at too many bad pitches, swings and misses too much, chases too much. It's bad combination.
Apropos of that, can you do the little thing you did with me on the break yesterday about seeing a pitch?
I put this on the list today because it's such a fascinating thing. And I saw a graphic of it that kind of broke down the math and the visual side of this. And there's a part of this that I know is true from experience, but I never really understood I never understood it in the way that the video showed it, right? So the video is just showing you, it's from an account called Baseball Quotes, and it says hitting a baseball is easy. That's a joke, right, at the beginning. But it goes through from the beginning to the end, like how much time you have to do things, right? So you basically, once the pitch is released, for you to even see the ball out of the hand, it takes a tenth of a second. So there's a spot there where you're not really picking it up. Your eyes are trying to find it. And then it takes about 1/10 of a second. By that 1/10 of a second, it's already 25 feet closer to you. So that's the first time you're really registering where it is, what it looks like, because it takes that long for your brain to process. And then you have, the rest of that space to cover, right? So it's 60 feet, 6 inches. So from 25 feet, now you're down to 35 feet. So you have 35 feet, but really you only have 20 feet to decide to swing, to execute the swing, to get it going and to get it started in time to hit it. But then this was the cool part. So your brain can't adjust fast enough to the visual stimulus as the ball's moving. So you actually can't see it from 15 feet in. So when the ball is 15 feet out in front of the plate,
that's the last time you see it.
That's the last time your brain is actually seeing it. You're still making contact because based on that visual information you got, you're anticipating where it's going to be based on all the repetitions in your life. You've seen it spin this way, you've seen this, so you have an idea of where it's going.
Yeah.
And you want to know why it's so hard to hit, because not only does it take you about 1/3 of the distance to home before you can even register what the pitch is going to look like, then you have this amount of time, like 1/10 of a second to decide to swing, and then you've got 1/10 of a second to get the swing started, and then for the last 1/10 of a second, you don't even see the ball. Like, your body can't see it. It's a literal blind spot. You cannot process the information fast enough to track the ball from 15 feet to contact. And it's like, my Lord.
Yeah.
And the real truth of it all, if you add it all up, if you don't start your swing before the pitcher even releases the ball, you cannot hit it. You have to start the process, load the hands, stride, get the body starting to move forward. You cannot hit if you don't do that before the ball is released.
I can tell you this. Those rules don't apply in my baseball league.
No. This is major leagues.
Yes.
Yeah, when
I see the ball pretty well.
Yeah, when you're talking about this is basically 90 plus miles an hour. Anything lower than that, you do have more time. It's obviously easier, which is why people want guys that throw hard, because it's a lot harder to hit 95 than it is to hit 88.
Yeah.
Because of that time that we're talking about, and that time seems small when you break it down, but on a percentage basis, it's a really big deal. It gives you 10, 15, 20% more time when you're going down in velocity.
Yeah. Joel says that he played competitive baseball, and the first time he saw 95 is jarring. The TV doesn't do it justice.
No, it doesn't. This is,
Well, when we played at your facility, you shot some pitches at us.
Yeah.
Were those 90 plus?
No, it was 80.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, it was 80, 85.
Wow.
Yeah. That wasn't even, I couldn't get the machine to get up to 90 because that's how fast it goes.
Wow.
So we have one that goes faster, but it wasn't working that day. So we had to use the other one. But that's the thing that's really crazy is, and Joel's right. Like, if the first time you see it up close, and it's hard because you don't really, your best bet really for the major leagues is to sit right behind home plate. But even there, you're 70, 80 feet, 100 feet away sometimes. So your best bet is to go to college games and get as close as you can, because you'll get a little bit closer than that at most college venues. And if you go to really good high school tournaments, if you go to the big ones where there are real draft prospects and stuff, you can get close enough to where you're like, holy crap, that's fast. It's a lot. And then when you factor in, you don't know which direction it's going. You don't know, at first the pitcher's release, one guy's going to release out to the side a little bit. One's going to be straight over the top. One's going to be a little lower than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. Cool. I was watching TikTok last night. There's this neurosurgeon who I like. I've never said that sentence before. But I really like him. And he does a lot of hey, it's 5 a.m. I'm going in to do a case and all this stuff. And I saw one about anesthesiology. And I've known this for quite some time, but this guy really went into it. What I've known is that they don't know how it works. And this guy is an anesthesiologist. And he said, look, we know it works. It works really, really well. But even the best anesthesiologist out there is only kind of guessing at the mechanism. I can't tell you. I can tell you that this named medication will put you to sleep and you're not going to feel anything and you're not going to wake up. But exactly how it does it, we don't know. Isn't that crazy?
It just works.
Just works.
Yeah.
And the one thing that was really interesting, he said, the one thing I can tell you is there's not an on-off switch. You're not awake or asleep under anesthesia. It's a thing that somehow just goes across everything it needs to in your brain and in your body to achieve that. But there's not one spot that it hits and you can see it light up or not light up.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
So no light switch.
I've only been put out
more of like a window curtain.
Yeah.
Blackout curtains.
Yeah. I've only been put out the one time. I need to get another colonoscopy because my mom had, it's been 15 years. I really need to get that. But I hated being put out by Propofol. So many people love it. They love that feeling.
It's so comfortable.
Oh, I hated it.
You're just like, this is going to be a good nap.
I felt like I said when I woke up, well, I said a lot of things when I woke up. Ask all the nurses if it was the best butthole they'd seen all week. But But when I woke up, I said that felt like dying. The black to me just faded down, and then I was gone. Me no likey.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't sound very pleasant.
Has it ever happened to you?
I've never been put out. No.
Yeah. It's not that different from just falling asleep. It's just faster. You know, like when you put your head down, it takes a little bit of a gradual thing. This is definitely more of a like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bye.
Yeah, so because when I fall asleep, I'm not conscious of falling asleep, but like I'm going.
You know you're close. You can feel it. This is just compress the time.
Okay.
Instead of 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, it's 5 seconds and you're out.
Yeah. Also, maybe I'm just a giant puss, but when they say, now we're going to put in the propofol and it's going to feel a little warm in your hand, I was like, warm? It's burning like the fires of hell.
Oh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember the little feeling, but I don't remember it being crazy.
Now,
But then again, I'm a ginger.
Yeah, right. Which way does it go with you guys?
We need more of everything. So everything affects gingers less.
Okay.
So like I would need more
to put
me out and keep me out, more pain meds, things like that.
So does that mean that you feel more pain than we do?
No, I think it's because we're less likely to feel pain. So like everything about it is I don't know what the right term is.
See, I thought you guys were more sensitive to pain and therefore needed more medicine.
No, I think it's that we're more tolerant of pain. I don't have to look it up. I don't remember exactly what it is.
This is saying you could be more sensitive to cold and thermal pain, but you have a higher threshold for stinging or pressure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Weird. Because I do feel cold, like from time to time, but not like normally I run hot. Yeah. Like I'm not used, but when it's cold, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts and just tell you that if you are thinking about remodeling your home, Mosby would encourage you to get more than one bid. Anyone good is going to. Anyone that's not hiding something, anyone who is proud of what they do and their products and services will tell you, get a second opinion, get 3 bids, whatever you want to do. Chances are great that Mosby will not be the lowest bid. They may not be the highest bid either, but they are the gold standard. They are the best of the best of the best, sir. They just are. And so they may not be the right fit for you. But if you got a couple of nickels and you're really looking for the absolute pinnacle in not only the finished product to walk into your now finished basement or your brand new kitchen or your beautiful outdoor patio and pizza cooker, of course, those are going to be gorgeous and state of the art. But from the very first time you call Mosby or you go online, you make a connection with someone at Mosby, maybe Rich, maybe someone else, you will be so taken care of. You're going to feel that you have partners because you do. In the middle of construction, I don't know. I've never done it, but I've had it done. And something always goes sideways, not always something big. You want them on your side. They will make it all right. Call 314-909-1800 for a free brainstorming session. Call Mosby.com for inspiration.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for, their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast. We always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. Magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. legacybox.com/value.
St. Louis has a voice.
KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
That voice has shared our stories from headline to history. From moment to memory. Presenting the Barnyard Bullies. Among those voices, Bill Wilkerson.
He fakes drop sets, looking, throwing upfield. It is.
Working at KMOX is an honor and a responsibility to represent this community. It's one we take seriously. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. A little bit late getting back to the program because I was out saying hello to Anastasia and Brooke from Magic Man, a heart tribute. I saw Anastasia perform a couple weeks ago with my brother Jimmy Griffin when he was doing his Hard Promises, Tom Petty, and she did all the backup vocals and was just tremendous. So wanted to give them a little bit of love. So they're going to be in the next segment. They have a show coming up. We're going to talk about that. Okay, what else? What else? I wrote down Fonzie. Anyone know why?
Because Arthur Fonzarelli is just the coolest dude around.
True, but that's not the reason.
You maybe have a little Pinky Tuscadero crush on him?
No, because I went about a year only talking like Fonzie.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, could it be that Henry Winkler keeps falling for weird AI slop stuff on
Does he?
social media and people keep talking about it? Yeah. So he will retweet on his Twitter account. He will retweet something that is clearly AI, like one of those babies singing a gospel song in the hospital or whatever. And he's like, this just melts my heart. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of that baby. I hope he fights through the disease or whatever. And people are like, Henry, that's not real.
What did you guys think of the Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie ring camera stuff? How did that hit you?
What do you mean?
The video of the person.
Yeah, seeing the person. First of all, one of the people on CNN said, this is the sum of all fears. This is what this is the boogeyman. When you're afraid of the boogeyman, this is the boogeyman. Someone dressed like that at your door in the middle of the night for nefarious purposes. And so true.
I mean, the first thing that I thought was, how did a person that was dumb enough to just go right up to the front porch in the Ring camera?
How
have they gotten away with this for 2 weeks?
I agree.
I mean, because that doesn't seem to be a very bright thing. Maybe I'm just an idiot and I've never thought of being a criminal. But if you're looking at the typical house, where will there likely be a camera?
Yeah, front door.
Probably the front door.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to have one anywhere else unless it's a secure compound or something like that. That just struck me. And then I don't know if it was a guy or a woman, but it seemed like a guy to me.
Yeah.
Goes over and rips some plants out of the ground and then covers the camera with the plants. What is going on? How did that person hatch and execute this plan and is still uncaught and has everybody we don't know what happened? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because you would think of it when someone, and this is probably where our perception is wrong, right? The perception would be, you would have to be pretty smart to pull that off. Maybe not.
Okay, so the part that was, I mean, obviously it's troubling that this person did this horrendous thing, but they got this video from her Google Nest camera out of back-end systems.
That sounded impressive when they were describing what they went through to get that video.
Yeah, there's some stuff though about this whole process that's not great.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think she even had an active account.
She didn't. She did not have a subscription for this. So this is basically proving that these companies are just collecting and storing your data even when you don't want them to be doing
I hadn't
that.
thought of it that angle.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that idea. I'm not a big fan that anybody can access these videos even without a warrant just by asking for it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I understand in investigation you want to get as much as you can, but
yeah, that's when it comes in handy, right?
And people can volunteer it. Like if the person who's the homeowner volunteers it, that's fine.
Yeah.
In this case, I don't think anybody's going to mind that you're using the camera from the woman's house when she was the victim. And the family, I'm sure, is on board with it. But the fact that the service was not active and yet they're still recording, that's a little disturbing.
So the FBI is saying the data is being transmitted to the cloud, but even if it had not gotten there, there are many stops in between where data will reside. The FBI prides itself on being able to tear into these data streams and pull out bits and pieces of data and piece together images like we see here today, which, again, in an investigation, yay. But just for everyone else living their day-to-day lives, oh, so you're just saying you can drop in on any of us at any point.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
At Graybar, we know your time is money. That's why our services go beyond parts and products. With kitting, pre-assembly, wire carts, and Graybar smart reels that keep you moving. We stage materials and manage logistics so you can spend less time sorting and more time installing. And with locations nationwide, we deliver when and where you need it, working to make your job easier every step of the way. Yep, Graybar does that.
All right, guys, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to tell you about 213 Complex, which you can pick up at supplement superstores. And look, the simple description of 213 Complex is it's the most effective all-natural weight loss supplement on the market. Now, you can be like, well, what does Wheeler know? He's a sports guy and he's on DGS. Well, again, you can believe me or not believe me, but what you can do for sure is go to supplement superstores and talk to their employees. They are all certified sports nutrition specialists, and they are all personal trainers. And it's not a complex thing as to how it works. What it does is it kicks your metabolism into gear. That's what 213 Complex is all about. Works with your thyroid to get metabolism burning. And look, a lot of us, I think it's up to 80% of people are operating below optimal levels with the metabolism. Well, that's where you're going to put on fat because you're not burning it. So this gets your body working. It's like a tune-up for your car, right? You take care of your automobile, you put new oil in it, you do all these things. Well, that's essentially what 213 Complex is going to do for you. Plus, it helps fight cravings. All-day focus energy comes with that with no crash at the end of the day. So you actually want to continue working out when the day, if your workouts are at night or if you're getting up early to do it, you actually feel good enough to do it. And it can lower cortisol levels as well, which can help with sleep. And of course, sleep is critical recovery. Recovery is critical for reaching your goals, whether they're in the gym or just feeling better and losing some weight. So I have great experience with 213 Complex. All I can do is recommend to you, go in there, ask questions, tell them what your goals are, but don't forget to tell them that Kevin Wheeler sent you in, and they'll knock 30% off the 213 Complex for you. To find your location, go to supplementsuperstores.com.
Race into savings now at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out, building the highest quality doors in a wide variety of styles. Add beauty to your home with interior doors from Mastercraft. Shop our huge in-stock selection or design your door your way in-store or online. Plus, view our weekly flyer on Menards.com and race the savings on Mastercraft doors today.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention business owners with a net income over $500,000. You need to work with a tax strategist that understands your entrepreneurial mindset. Download the most recent white paper written by E3 Consultants Group titled The Power of a Professional Tax Strategy Team. Go to e3wealth.com/radio to obtain a copy. It's time to learn about wealth and tax strategies that protect your personal and business economy. E3 is ready to help you think differently about your finances. Educate, empower, enlighten. That's the E3 difference.
2 St. Louis icons, 1 legendary tribute. Join the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra and St. Louis City SC at Powell Hall on Sunday, February 15th for Eternal, a tribute to Tina Turner. Presented by Purina, with performances by special guests including conductor Anthony Parthener, Grammy award-winning artist Brittany Howard of Alabama Shakes, and our city's own Kennedy Homes. This is your chance to experience the ultimate journey through Tina's immortal catalog. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at slso.org.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it's a cloudy sky. We've got 50 degrees downtown at the Arch. A 58-year-old man is behind bars accused of killing a 28-year-old woman waiting for coffee in the drive-thru at the Starbucks on South Grand.
St. Louis Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says this was not Keith Brown's first robbery.
The first robbery occurred on February 6th, just after 1 p.m. in the parking lot of a fast food restaurant. The victim was in a drive-thru when the suspect approached the victim, robbed the victim, and then fired a shot into the air after the robbery. The suspect was reportedly wearing a bright reflective vest during the holdup.
The second robbery happened 2 days later at the Dollar General in the 4000 block of North Grand. McCoy says when Brown exited the store, he fired 2 rounds in the air. Brown was wearing the same bright neon vest that he wore Tuesday when he allegedly robbed and then shot and killed the woman at the Starbucks. Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
St. Louis County is entering what Sam Page calls a first round of service cuts because of the standoff over the new budget. Starting February 27th, the West County Satellite Office in Chesterfield is closing its doors for good, meaning residents will have to handle taxes and property paperwork online or head to a different branch. On top of that, if you need to visit a revenue office in person in South County, Clayton, or Northwest Crossing, you'll need to get there early. They're now cutting off the lines at 3:30 p.m. to save on overtime.
As members of the County Council said during the budget hearings, departments will need to learn to live within their means, no matter how deep the cuts are in their departments.
County Executive Page warns that unless voters pass a new internet sales tax, more cuts are likely.
Let the voters decide whether or not they want to see service reductions or new revenue.
It's the day St. Louisans wait all winter for.
Baseball is in the air as today is the official pitchers and catchers report day for the St. Louis Cardinals at spring training. Even though the first official workout won't take place till tomorrow, you would have never known that back on the backfields of the Jupiter Complex today. A number of pitchers getting work in, including Riley O'Brien, Packy Naughton. Also in the batting cages, we saw Jordan Walker and Mason Wynn and many others taking swings. So it certainly feels like spring training is underway. Again, the first official workout for pitchers and catchers coming up tomorrow. In Jupiter, Florida, at Cardinals spring training, Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
And St. Louis City SC unveiled its new road uniform yesterday, honoring the late entertainer Tina Turner. The jersey is gold with a likeness of the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer on a patch and her signature on the back. The team just announced the opening of an exhibit they're calling the Tina Pop-Up, located at City Foundry. The exhibit features gold City SC merchandise and Turner memorabilia. It's open through February 20th. From the KMOX Business Desk.
A little bit of a disconnect there between what the average person is feeling and what the economy is actually doing, and of course what the stock market is doing.
Scott Colbert, chief economist at Commerce Bank, says the Dow passing the 50,000 mark means parts of the economy are chugging along, and yet last month 300,000 jobs were lost and people are having a hard time finding a decent job.
The upper tier, part of the economy doing very well. than those less fortunate folks not doing nearly as well.
Colbert says the stock market is primarily driven by the earnings of corporate America, and those earnings have exploded. Let's get an update now. The St. Louis Business Index. To Stifel we go. Scott Bedell. Good afternoon, Scott.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. Another back and forth day in the financial markets as the 3-day winning streak of all-time highs for the blue chip index ended this afternoon. At the close, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was lower by 66 points, or just about 0.1%, to 50,121. The Standard & Poor's 500 index just about unchanged at 6,941, while NASDAQ was down 36 points to 23,066. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index slipped 0.3% to 1,777. Checking on some local issues, Bunge Corporation gained 3% at $122.03. Anheuser-Busch up 2% at $77.26. On the downside, Stifel Financial fell 1.25% to $124.01. Emerson Electric lost 4.33% to $154.67. And finally, Amdocs dropped 4.25% to close at $70.05. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we encourage you to visit our website at stifel.com.
Plenty of sunshine around town as we go through our Wednesday afternoon, but it is definitely cooler than yesterday by a good 10 to 15 degrees, in the 40s to near 50 degrees. Tonight, some clouds, 33. Thursday, clouds and 47. Clouds Thursday night, 34. And Friday, mainly sunny skies and 54 degrees. Rain will be developing on Saturday, but I think it's going to be probably late in the day. And then Saturday night looks wet, and so does early Sunday before the system pulls away. And it is an all-rain situation. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Midwest winters take a real toll on your garage door. Overhead Door Company of St. Louis can come out and perform their 26-point tune-up on your garage door and opener. It's just one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Schedule online at overheaddoorstlewis.com. It is 50. The feels like is 43 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has you covered. Renner's been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. RennerDoorSTL.com.
RENNER. The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Happy Wednesday. If you just past 3 p.m., gorgeous day out there. So a couple weeks ago, my buddy Julie Lally, who's always trying to drag me out of the house, made me go to the Wildie, my favorite spot, and see Jimmy, my favorite guy, in his Hard Promises show, the Tom Petty show. And it was just fantastic. I need to go see live music way more than I do. And I met Anastasia backstage, and she blew me off. And no, just kidding. And and she was doing the background vocals, doing the female vocals. And I knew she would be good because it's Jimmy, and of course, she's not going to play with someone bad. But I was so blown away. And Kelly Wild's like my bestie, so okay. I'm used to great female vocalists. But I just thought you brought the house down.
Thank you.
Yeah. Talk right into the mic there.
Oh,
so we have Anastasia and Brooke from Magic Man, a Heart Tribute. So as soon as I saw you guys, I'm like, oh yeah, you got to come on the show and give you guys some love and talk about the band. And so just introduce yourselves. Just take, one at a time. Just talk about your musical background and how you got into this.
Okay. Well, my name is Anastasia Hamilton, and I've been in the business now for a little over 10 years. I've been singing my whole life, but I've been in the scene. I did a cover band thing. I've been singing in choir. I sang in a Trans-Siberian Orchestra tribute that toured nationwide, which was kind of what really got me into the whole tribute thing idea. And then, I decided to slow down because I got married and I wanted to start a family. So I dropped most of the projects that I was in. I was in a project, Mr. Blue Sky. I was in with that for about 4 years and did a lot of other things, Freebird USA. And I had to drop everything to try and work on a family. And at that time, I was approached by Jeff Braun and Steve Malone, and they were wanting to do something different. At that time, they were getting ready to retire Bitter Pill. And so they were thinking about doing something different, and they wanted to have a new singer. They called me up. They said they'd heard good things. And so we had lunch. And the next thing, we were doing open jams together and just kind of feeling it out and seeing what we wanted to do. And then one night we were at Salvatore's doing an open jam, and we all sat there and started talking and decided, what did we want to do? We have our project, Real Rock Revival, that we do as a cover band. But then we knew we wanted to do something else bigger. And someone had mentioned doing a tribute. And immediately, Steve Malone was like, no, I don't want to. No. He's like, it would have to be something cool, like Heart. And I looked up and I was like, I love Heart. I would love to do a Heart tribute. And then it was like just in that moment, things just kind of clicked. And they were like, okay, you know what? We should try this.
Yeah.
And next thing you knew, Steve Kyle got involved, who's amazing. And we got Mike Maynard on drums. We have Steve Thomas, who was in the original Heart tribute from St. Louis.
Yep.
That Kelly Wilde was a part of. And then we most recently have gotten Brian Green from El Monstero.
He doesn't suck.
No, he's not.
Not even a little bit.
He's not bad. We really enjoy
too.
having him. Yeah, he's been awesome. He's been fun for us to get to know. He gives me some really good advice. Yeah. And, anytime we get an opportunity to work with somebody that has the experience that he has, we kind of.
I always think Brian is the silent assassin of Elmon. Like Jimmy's Jimmy, right? He's 1,000 feet tall, and Mark's Mark. But Brian just silently,
he's a silent
kills,
ninja,
man. He's just so great.
He doesn't have a Facebook page. He
Not
doesn't
surprising.
use a social media thing. So unless you have gone to an El Monstero show or hit a little bit of his background, you probably wouldn't know how to get a hold of him or anything like that, or where to see him. But we were excited to announce that.
It's a good band.
We told him we were announcing it on social media, and he was like, okay.
Yeah. Didn't know what that means.
That's great.
Brooke, how about you? Tell us about your background.
Well, I've been in music for actually a long time. More so since 2010 when I got divorced. I needed a second income to take care of my kids.
Sure.
I was raising 3 kids. So I've been in and out of different bands over the years. Most recently, I have my own cover band, Alice in Reverse. We're going on 5 years been together now. And I accidentally kind of started a girl gang this one time. We were doing Raw, the Rise Against Heroin Battle of the Bands a few years back. I think it was like 4 years ago now. And I was in this competition with all these other women. They were all female-led bands. And I was like, I've never met other women that do what I do, So it was neat to kind of see how they did their thing. And I fell in love with them all that day. And I started a group chat. Well, with just the 5 of us. Well, then they started adding other people, like other female front men, women of all women from the St. Louis area. And now we're up to like 50 something girls in this group chat. Anyway, we did a fundraiser after the St. Louis school shooting to raise some money for them. That's where I met Anastasia. She joined our little, we call it the Boss Ass Lady Rock Stars
Love it.
St. Louis.
I love it.
We're the ballers.
The ballers.
Nice.
Yeah. So whenever Anastasia called me about this project she was going to do for Heart, well, immediately I knew I wanted to be involved because I've always just really looked up to her vocal wise. The first time I heard her sing, she actually did Barracuda at that Ballers fundraiser. She karaoke'd it, and I was like, and that's a song I sing in my cover band, and that's hard.
Yeah.
And she just blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
So when she's like, do you want to do this Heart trip? I was like, yeah. mind you, I've been singing Barracuda for years, 10 years minimum. I never knew that Heart was two people. I swear to God. I didn't know that. So whenever I agreed to it, I thought I was just like this background vocal just to make her sound better, you know, than what she did. And I had no idea that it was like a sister duo.
Yeah.
True story.
And that I would have to play electric guitar. I just agreed to all of it. And I was like, okay, well, we'll just rise to the occasion.
You're my kind of girl. I like that. Everything I've ever achieved, I just faked.
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, we're going to do it. Who's this Nancy Wilson? And so I've been, for the past 2 years now, like watching her videos and studying her mannerisms. And, you know, because she does a lot of jumps and kicks and twirls. And I mean, there's minimal singing, a lot of guitar playing, but a whole lot of like production and stage showmanship from Nancy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun to learn.
It's challenging, right?
Yeah, but it's so fun to perform.
Yeah. Yeah. In my band, we do a lot of Beatles. There's just like a quirk of physics that my vocal cords are very similar to John Lennon's. And, but when you're up there, you're like, no pressure. I'm only singing John Lennon. I'm only singing, you know, Heart.
You know, they were inspired by the Beatles a lot.
Yes, they were.
By the Beatles and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
They used to talk about how they
wanted to be the Beatles. They didn't want to date the Beatles like everyone else.
Right.
They wanted to be the Beatles.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Remember who's the lead singer of Hole?
Oh yeah, Courtney Love
was after the lead singer of Dave Premiere. The lead singer, I forget what the name. I love the band. Runaway Train, that guy. And so she hunted him down and she dated him. And she famously said, I love this quote. She's like, I got to know him and decided I didn't want to be with him. I wanted to be him.
Yeah.
And then she went on and did all the stuff that she did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so great because the very first band I was in when I was like 15 called Raw Toast. And then we added Tracy Kress as a singer. So I've always, you know, played with girls. But you're right. Women still don't get. People shouldn't be surprised when a female rocks, but somehow they still are.
Oh, they definitely are.
Yeah,
they are. It is there's not a lot of us female rockers out there. You know? It is definitely a man's world, and that's one reason why Brooke and I really actually enjoy this project is because Heart was very gung-ho about
kicking the door
female rock and in your face, and we are like that in our own lives already. You know, and it translates. You see it on the stage whenever we perform, that's how we are just naturally, because we are always supporting other female singers.
We're all about empowering women.
Great.
And so is Heart. So it's an easy role to play because I mean we do that in our daily lives.
Yeah. Good for you. Yeah. The best compliment I can give you, Anastasia, is when you belted out the first time. I was sitting next to my friend Julie, who knows my whole background, and I whispered to her, she's nasty. Like your voice is just so gritty.
Thank you.
And emotional.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Julie, she was the one that
reached out to you guys.
Was she the one sitting right next to me? Okay. I don't know why I thought that was your wife. I guess I just assumed.
So did she. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Dave's actual wife.
It's fine.
Well, thank you. Yeah, gritty. I like that. That's a good voice. That's a good.
Yeah.
I like grittiness, and I like. That's just kind of how I like to sing.
You can't fake it.
No,
you can't fake it. You can't fake gritty and nasty. You just can't. It's just either in you or you're not. So you have a show coming up?
We do have a show coming up. We actually just announced it yesterday. We will be playing at the Del Mar Hall on April 11th. We have the awesome, I call her the Razzle Dazzle Basil, but her name is Casey Basil. She's going to be opening up for us. I've known Casey for a long time. She actually toured with me back with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra tribute that I was talking about. So we've known each other for a long time. She's a great musician. She's going to be a good opening act for us. But the show's going to be awesome. We have sold out pretty much every show that we have played. And so we're really hoping for another sellout for this show.
And Del Mar Hall is a great room.
Absolutely. We've actually had the luxury of playing Del Mar Hall for a private party with Magic Man.
Yeah.
So at least we're comfortable there. And we're really looking forward to bringing the show. I mean, now that we have Brian in there and we've worked on some new material, and it's just, we're ready to go. We're amped and we're ready to put on a show. I mean,
Very cool.
We had a really good end of the year, ending with that show with Hard Promises, and then we had a sold out show at the Wild E with Abby Stahlschmidt as a special guest, and it was just, we had a really good end of the year, so we want a really good, beginning of the year too. So that I think it's going to be a good show.
That version of Dog and Butterfly, it will probably go down as the best version that we've ever done with Abby in it. Like,
I bet.
she was such an addition to that song. It just really.
Websites to go to follow you guys, social media.
We are on Facebook. That's the biggest one right now, where you're going to find us. I think we are also on Instagram, but so just find us on Facebook. We're under Magic Man.
So Del Mar Hall, April 11th?
April 11th.
April 11th. Okay, fantastic. Quick break, right back, DGS.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Radner, and I am so excited to tell you about How We Made Your Mother, a rewatch podcast looking back at How I Met Your Mother. And I am here with Craig Thomas, who co-created the show along with Carter Bays. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Josh. Somehow it has been 20 years since the show premiered. I'm going to check the math on that. 10 years since it went off the air, and we thought that made this a perfect time to look back, see what the hell we did, and why the show still seems to resonate with fans around the world today.
Follow and listen to How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. If you'd like to discuss a lawsuit, text LEVEL to 323232. LEVEL to 323232. LEVEL to 323232.
Payton Attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
To tell you guys about the Gelman team, and lest you think, because I probably would have thought this. Look, I didn't own my first home until I was well into my 40s, very late bloomer. So I knew what a real estate agent was, but I never dealt with them. And, I've probably dealt with 3 now, like actually buying and selling homes before I met the Gelmans. And nice people, but after seeing what Mark and Neil Gelman do, they're doing 2 different jobs. A lot of times, like a real estate agent, like my first experiences was very social, very interpersonal, very likable and very like, oh, this guy knows this guy. And the Gelmans are like that. But the nuts and bolts, the X's and O's, the resources that they have, the information they're going to have about your property and someone else's property, their decades of experience of knowing how to squeeze the absolute most value out of your home and how to get the best deal on a home that you're buying, it really is second to none. So if you want to get the best deal in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of BS on your part, I recommend the Gelman team. To find out what they think your home is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address. We'll give you a number, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS. Fun show today.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of everything, kind of all over the place. I like it.
So normal.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
It's already 3:25.
It's nuts. We're
I thought
almost
it was
done.
2:25.
Almost done. According to a survey, the average dinner time is, what do you think?
5:30.
Yeah.
6:44.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
Average?
Yeah. It's kind of late diners.
I mean, I do
Man.
eat dinner at like 7 o'clock, but I work till 6 and don't get home till 6:30.
Scientists have developed a wearable sensor that clips onto your underwear and monitors gut bacteria activity by measuring the hydrogen gas in your flatulence.
Okay.
Which
I guess you
is a
flip
good
it
thing.
to the back of your underwear.
I mean, I guess.
Okay, then.
Tells you about your gut health. Gut health is really important. I don't know if you know this.
Yep.
I do nothing to help mine, but I keep seeing the ads.
Yep.
So
I need to start eating healthier.
don't we all?
I mean, I've been pretty bad.
A new
lately.
movie version of Stephen King's The Mist. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Is going to be coming out. A new updated version of it.
Okay.
Britney Spears sold her ownership stake in her music catalog. She sold the whole thing.
For how much?
No one is saying. So everyone's just hoping she didn't sell it for like a nickel or something.
Yeah, hopefully she got a good deal.
Interesting.
Oh,
Dave
Britney.
Dramain. I don't know Dave. Wheels You Might. He's from Disturbed.
Dave Draymond, yeah.
Draymond wants to put together a music festival featuring Bad Bunny and Kid Rock, along with other acts of different genres and political affiliations. Great idea. I don't know if it'll work, but
good luck.
Yeah. What would you think of that?
Fine. I mean, it's good. I think the harder sell, to be honest with you, is getting people to cross over genres. You know what I mean?
Even more so
like
than...
if you're a Disturbed guy, you're probably not, the sound of Bad Bunny is probably not your sound, right? If you're a country person, maybe the same. Or if you're hip hop R&B, does Kid Rock appeal to you at all? I mean, like, I think that may be your biggest issue as opposed to ideology and all that kind of stuff.
Probably right. Epstein Island had a Pokemon Go Pokestop. I don't know how that thing worked.
I think it was just kind of randomized because there were also, unfortunately, Pokemon and I think Pokestops at like Holocaust remembrance sites.
Oh, gosh.
And I would like to think that was not an intentional thing. I think these a lot of times were just kind of just auto-populated. And then after the fact, we were going, this is a little inappropriate. Maybe we should take this one down.
A 12-year-old in Dallas is the new Guinness World Record holder for the youngest person to achieve nuclear fusion. 12.
Dang it.
I bet he thinks he's so, or she thinks they're so smart.
I bet they do too. Calvin and Hobbes fan calculated the dollar value of all the damage Calvin caused over the course of the comic strip, and it came out to $15,955. Wow. Any other Calvin and Hobbes fans here?
Yeah, I always loved it.
But also, that's not that much.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's like one car.
Tell you guys about my friend Mark Cantor at Cantor Injury Law. I feel a little bad when I do my lives for him and I go in on the big giant law firms, but he kind of joined me the other day when he was on the air, so I don't feel so bad. I just hate these guys. The bigger they are, the more I dislike them, and not because they're successful at all. I'm not that guy. Wear what you dig, do what you do. But it's just the subterfuge of it, that to equate being the biggest firm in the world is somehow equal to being the best. And having been in a couple different law firms as a lawyer, one big, one small, I can tell you that once you get above a certain amount of lawyers, you just get lost. And I heard these guys brag about getting 3 million new clients last year. I don't care how many people you have working for you. No one can really keep that straight. At Cantor Injury Law, if someone walks into Mark Cantor and says, I want to talk to you about the Pinsky file, and that happens to be you, he's going to know exactly who you are. He's going to know exactly what the case is about, and he's going to jump in and help any way he can. More serious injuries, they'll be at the hospital with you. They will go through everything that you go through, not just to get the legal case there, but to be your advocate, to make sure that you're getting the care that you need and deserve. So if someone in your family has been injured, you think someone else might be responsible, make your first call quickly to Mark Cantor. 314-628-9999, CantorInjuryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
For 100 years, KMOX has been the voice of St. Louis, informing, entertaining, and connecting our community. Now, relive a century of service at KMOX100.com, a website that allows you to explore classic KMOX audio, rare photos and video, and the legendary voices that shaped St. Louis. Every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat lives on at KMOX100.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Traffic from the MichaelsFloorandOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, it looks like they're wrapping up a crash on northbound 170 between the Rock Road and Natural Bridge. They have the right lane blocked. I just saw a tow truck pull away, so hopefully they're not going to be too much longer there. Northbound 170, you've got a backup back through the Rock Road there northbound. If you're headed that way, just be prepared for the delays. It is bumper to bumper back, really, I guess about north of Page is where the jam begins. Southbound 170 from Olive down to 64, you've got delays there. They're reporting a crash westbound 44 just west of Lindbergh with lane blockage. They're calling out EMS for that one, so be careful again if you're headed into the area. There's a short backup at that location. On eastbound 44 Grand over to 55, you've got roadwork delays. Westbound 64 from the Science Center out to McCausland's heavy. Spady Ballas is slow, and then 364 out to 70, it bunches up a couple of times. South 270 from Dorset down to 64 is busy. Then just a little slow past 44 after that. Southbound 55, Gaskin A. Bates a little heavy. They wrapped up that roadwork on 5570 eastbound before noon today, so that's good news. There's no backup to the Poplar like we had yesterday, but eastbound 64 does have a roadwork delay from 255 midway up the hill to 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Lose the weight or stop smoking. Guaranteed only $59.99. Saturday, March 7th at the Residence Inn by Marriott St. Louis Westport in St. Louis. Weight loss hypnosis starts at 11 a.m. Registration at 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking starts at 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
What if every time you spent money, you saved money too? With Achieve It Checking from Together Credit Union, you can do just that. Every debit card purchase is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and the spare change goes right into your savings. And here's the best part. Together Credit Union boosts your progress by matching qualifying savings up to $8 a month. It's a free checking account that helps you achieve more automatically. Learn more, or better yet, enroll today at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. If it's cold outside, the team at Morelli Tuck Pointing is still busy. During colder months, Morelli can inspect any exposed brick inside your house. If your basement has a stone or black wall, Morelli can remove the worn-out mortar from that wall and replace it with new mortar. This tuck pointing work will reinforce your foundation, prevent water from entering your home, and thwart pests. This is a great time to get the inside of your garage inspected. And the same goes for your brick or stone fireplace. I've used Morelli Tuck Pointing to repair the chimneys, walkways, and walls of 2 homes here in St. Louis. The Morelli bids are fair, their crews are super polite, and they clean their job sites. Don't take my word for it. Check out the reviews on Google. Winner of the BBB Torch Award and the Next Door Neighbor Fave Award, 35 years in business, an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Pauley. I'm in Jupiter, Florida, covering Cardinals spring training as the Redbirds get ready for a new season.
Listen for Matt's Reports Daily, sponsored by St. Louis Composting and Happy Roof on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Oh, I have a weather sponsorship.
Read it.
Sponsored by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Midwest winters take a real toll on your garage door. Let our friends at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis come out and perform their 26-point tune-up on your garage door and opener. It's just one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Also brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Dave, you're like a NASCAR. You're just covered.
Man, I tell you, I'm covered. I'm going to start selling my my shoulder.
Yeah. hope you're getting some dough out of this.
Oh,
Dave's going to have a patch right on there.
Yeah.
Another pretty day.
Yeah, another good day. Cooler, obviously, compared to Monday and Tuesday, but still a nice day and relatively nice weather pattern into Saturday, let's say up to noon Saturday. Okay. 50 degrees tomorrow, mainly in the 40s. A lot of clouds around. Sunny Friday, 55. Next system will be coming out of the southwest. It's kind of a piece of the southwest low. And I think clouds will take over very quickly Friday night. Saturday is a cloudy day, rain developing mid to late afternoon. The exact timing is still a little fuzzy because we've got to get this thing over the Rockies. We all know that. So at least 50% of the day should be dry, maybe more. It could be as high as 75%. 52 on Saturday. It is wet Saturday night. A lot of rain, especially St. Louis south. Further north you go, the less rain. The further south you go, the more rain. That rain should get out of the picture really early Sunday morning. I think Sunday is primarily a dry day. Skies become partly sunny and 57. There are signs of a pretty good warm-up into the 60s for a lot of next week.
Great. Dave, how are we doing on rainfall and snowfall and moisture heading into the spring?
Snowfall, we're great. We're at 18.4 inches. And that's about where we should be for the entire season. And now we had a lot of that in one storm, but we've had a lot of snow. Rainfall, we're okay. At this point, we don't want to get a lot of rain all in once because as we get closer to the spring season, then the rivers start to pop on us and all that stuff. So just in moderation. Moderation is what I like to say this time of year with rain and snow.
Dave, I saw a TikTok of the 1993 flood, and all of us who are here have those memories. And I have mine. Just wondering, like, when you think of that, what hits your brain first?
Amazing weather. I worked 45 days straight, and they weren't 8-hour days. They were constant. Luckily, the station let us really experiment with explaining the flood and how to do it. We saw this thing coming back in 92. In November as the rain started to fall. Remember, all of this was kind of coming down the Missouri and the Mississippi and the Illinois. So it took some time to build. Extremely stressful, Now, just talking me, luckily I didn't have any flooding to deal with, and I really can't imagine that because I've never had to do that. But stressful, but a fun stressful, an invigorating stressful.
Yeah.
And it ended with some wicked thunderstorms, just wicked. One of the biggest things I remember is we had the helicopter up covering this line of thunderstorms. Dave Sharp was our photog, who's just a weather nut, up in the chopper. And that chopper got pushed from St. Louis all the way down to Farmington because they couldn't get out of it. They had to stay ahead of it. They couldn't go through it because the line was really solid. They landed in a fast food joint in Farmington.
Damn.
And the line come through. That was amazing.
I just remember the Valley, when the Chesterfield Valley got hit.
Yep, that too. I think I've told this story. We had been doing an expanded late news at 10 o'clock. Normally 10 o'clock would be 10 to 10:30. Our news director said, you know what, we're going to start going to 11 and let's just do it. And then everything kind of seemed like things were calming down. And our news director said, you know what, guys, I know you're all tired. We're going to do one more night of the 11, going through the 11 o'clock news. That was the night of the levee breach. Wow. And I remember doing the weather, coming over to the news desk, and Dick Ford handed me a piece of paper and he goes, Dave, you have to read this. I don't want to read it. You have to read it. And it was the breach of the levee. And we had crews out there. Everybody was on duty. And we could see it. We could see the plane, the planes kind of going down. Some of the planes that weren't in use anymore, just floating down the valley. I remember the smokehouse being up to the second floor in water.
Yeah.
And just standing on the hill above the valley. It took your breath away. Just took your breath away, and how fast it happened.
And was that a once in 500 years they called it?
Something like that. But I always use those terms really loosely because once in 500 years doesn't mean it happens once in 500 years. It happened. Let's say it happens today. It could happen tomorrow. So that 500-year cycle starts right away after the event. Now, luckily, we have done a really good job of strengthening those levees, but the levees are getting squeezed as towns along the rivers build them higher and stronger, and towns downstream can't. We don't have the money to do that.
Yeah.
And so the river gets squeezed, and when you squeeze something like that, it's got to pop somewhere else. It's like a water main pipe. When you get a break on your street,
yeah,
you know the breaks are coming as you go down in time.
Kev, I had a new girlfriend during the floods, and I drove her over to Illinois to meet my mom and dad. And when we were coming back, the floodwaters were up on the arch grounds and stuff.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And you had like the Becky Thatcher and all of the paddle wheel boats out there. And she said to me, so how high does the water have to get until it's over the top of the boats?
Oh.
And I was like, oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Just going to drop you off here.
One of the other things for people who didn't live through that, and that just kind of shook me, is that the steps going from the river up to the arch, we've all
Sure.
done that. The water got to the very last step.
Yeah.
The rest was all underwater.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Nuts. Rachel, want to do a couple of headlines?
I would love to. Headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. Thought this was a little strange. Gallup will no longer measure presidential approval after 88 years. That's over 8 decades of doing so.
Is there a reason?
They're saying our commitment is to long-term, methodologically sound research on issues and conditions that shape people's lives. The work will continue, yada, yada, yada. The change is part of a broader ongoing effort to align all of Gallup's public work with its mission. We look forward to continuing to offer independent research that adheres to the highest standards of social science.
That's a lot of words.
That's
to not
a
give us
lot
an
of
answer.
word salad.
It is.
We could shorten that up very quickly.
Yes.
I can tell you what. Here's the real answer. It's too hot in here. Every time we pull these out, we get yelled at.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I hate to say it, but it does appear to be maybe, bending to the will of the current administration, not doing so great whenever we are measuring presidential approval. So,
yeah.
And then, when you give such a non-answer, it's like, okay, so I think I know what's going on.
You know what's interesting? I hate to take this in another direction, especially this direction, but just the reaction we all had when we heard that obvious lie, right? We're all like, whatever, bullcrap. And I'm thinking about how I'm always preaching to MAGA people, you're being taken advantage of, the wool has been pulled over your eyes. And it just kind of struck me, they think the exact same thing about me. They think the exact same thing. You drink the Kool-Aid, you go woke, you go broke. Like, I guess it's not a new phenomenon in life, but it's kind of a new phenomenon for me, at least, to just be facing someone and you both think that you're both just crazy.
Well, I mean, so I think we talked about this before, but Chase Hughes, the guy that he's for people that don't know, and we've referenced him before, but he is former intelligence officer. He's a guy that basically ran psychological operations when we were conducting them in other places. But he has basically said about this dynamic, it's impossible to avoid because people live too much in their own bubble. So he described it both left and right. If you're on the left or the right, it's the same dynamic. All you see from the other side when you're in your bubble is the craziest of the crazy people on that other side. And what's not really shown is the fact that 80% of people are just somewhere in the middle-ish, and most people are kind of the same, but you're only fed the craziest of the crazy on the other side when you are in your own social media bubble.
Yeah.
And that leads to this dynamic.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, Dave, thank you. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Lombardo Ranch.
Yeah, let me tell you guys about Sutton Farms by Lombardo Homes. This is a beautiful community in St. Charles County. Now you can choose from Lombardo's Parkside series or build your dream home with our Nature or Tradition series custom options. The thing that makes Sutton Farms so special, though, is it's all about community living. So you should be thinking resort-style amenities without even having to leave your neighborhood. So that means a game room with a pool and shuffleboard, sand volleyball, fire pits, a playground for the kids, indoor basketball and pickleball courts. There's really something for everyone at Sutton Farms by Lombardo Homes.
So Lombardo has several, easily a dozen, maybe 24 communities like Sutton Farms. And you should look at all of them. Like, I know you have a vibe. I have a vibe. I'll look at something and go like, this is great for someone, not for me. So we have these communities where you can pick your favorite, build, buy an existing home, buy a spec home if they have it, or they can build on your own lot. Maybe you've owned a piece of property out in, Double D, Horseland, stuff like that. Maybe you inherited something. And we can build there. Maybe you're looking for something, but you just don't know where to find it. Mike Van Pammel, the president of Lombardo, good friend of mine, loves that. Loves when you say, I don't know, like maybe 10 acres, big enough for this and blah, blah, blah. Loves that. For all things Lombardo, go to lombardohomes.com.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, EMS is on the scene now with this crash I mentioned on westbound 44 west of Lindbergh. They have the two right lanes blocked. Traffic's jammed back through Big Bend on westbound 44. Eastbound 44 Grand up through Jefferson. You got roadwork delays backed up through there. Westbound 64 from the Science Center out to McCausland's heavy. Lindbergh out to 270. And then 364 out to 70. A lot of that is stop and go right now. Southbound 270 south of Dorset, stop and go pockets down through